Fucking storage my ass. What's the deal, people? What is the deal? I'm right here about to go find some parking. Just got stopped by the police. Going to let's see here. Gotta look at my maps real quick. Perfectos. Alright. So I gotta drive to a dead end just to get some peace of mind. The street is dark, believe it or not. It almost looks the same as it does on the camera. Like my eyes, this is what my eyes see practically. So the street is pretty dark. So the thing is, there's no stop sign here. Alright, perfecto. We're spending the night tonight. Out of sight, out of mind. Let me grab this thing. You see, I've learned a technique of, like, I guess knowing your surroundings. Like, it doesn't matter really how strong the gang stalking is, because at the end of the day, at the end of the night, I still have my peace of mind. Luckily. And I've had some close calls where I've pretty much almost sabotaged myself because of stubbornness. But for the most part, I think I'm doing pretty good. Despite the fucking horrific crimes that are being illegally done to us. And to a lot of people that don't have a voice, speak out. It's just, it sickens me, it saddens me at times. But for the most part, we remain strong. On this channel, I haven't been able to get really too many people on here, but it's fine, whatever. I'll get some people. If I wanted to, I would, but for the most part, it's all good. It's funny because, like, I know exactly what they're fucking trying to do right now. Like, they want to put me in a position where they can further my gang stalking, and they're trying so hard because I know, I know that I know that they only have so much power over me right now, and they want to gain more. They want to gain more, but what's up happening, man?
Hey, what's up, buddy?
How's everything?
All right.
I see you trimmed the stash there.
Oh yeah, whacked it down to just stubble.
All
I
right,
think.
yeah. Got the ladies they like at least a little hair, huh?
Yeah, I think they like is close. They like hair, facial hair, but it's got to be kept neat and short. I think that's the thing, right? It can't get messy, and I mean, I guess maybe a few like that, but I don't know. I don't think so.
Right.
I don't know. So that's what
So
I did.
I was just speaking on something.
Okay.
Yeah, but I know so I've had these two jobs that have recently tried to contact me.
Okay.
All right,
All
so
right.
one goes by the name of Aerospace,
Okay.
and they're a aircraft manufacturing company. So they
Yeah.
build parts for these planes.
Hmm.
And I know that I get fucked with biplanes throughout my targeting. Me and planes don't fucking mix, just like these flaming fucking you know what's that are loud that constantly pass by us. Um, those are like two of my fucking on my shit list. Not like as many as there are. The government, the fucking the corrupt law enforcement that we have to deal with. There's a lot of people that are on my shit list because they don't stand for no justice. So I'm not trying to get involved with technology or any of these coward ass fucking clowns that are literally gang stalking me everywhere that I go. So this fucking clown right here just pulled up. I'm the only car in the fucking street. Hold on. I gotta make sure this fucking pussy actually watch. You see, you just make sure. Fucking make sure. See, once I get out, fucking pussies leave. Motherfuckers better know best. Make sure that their asses get out quick, cause I'm gonna go over there and fucking talk some shit. You modeling, bro?
Modeling now.
I didn't know you model.
Underwear model with a missing tooth. I got to get
The
that fixed.
Calvin Klein.
I'm a Calvin Klein underwear model. You didn't know that?
All right, so yeah, so this first company is called Aerospace. They work with plane parts or whatever. So I'm thinking, all right, my targeting is manageable. I could honestly conquer it. I'm not like I don't even need a shield. Just how it is right now, I can manage this shit. Like it's nothing. All right, so um, the fact of the matter is that they know that and they're trying to expand. So um, so that was the first job that I didn't take. I think it started at I don't know if it was like 16 to like $17 an hour or something like that. And I didn't want to take it. So I'm working with another job right now. But I got another call today. And this job was for a company that has a contract with this area, California, and I'm not sure what other areas, but mainly California. They have a contract that all the buses that run in this area are going to be turned to electric buses. So they have a big ass contract. So they're going to have me be a assembler. I'm going to be working with battery cores to electric vehicles. So he said this is going to be like a high tech facility with a lot of technology around me. They're going to be building these new buses that are going to be taking people around. So in my mind, I know for a fact that they're going to keep expanding on their technology. They're gonna have all kinds of shit in these buses. You know, when they're ready and up and going, they're gonna be collecting information. They're gonna have Wi-Fi. This is the new age tech shit that's gonna come to the fucking streets. The main thing of surveillance is these fucking assholes. They want technology out there that helps the government. So they have a contract and it's with I think the government to put these buses out there. So he was just kind of breaking it down for me and he says this starts at $20 an hour. You have to be vaccinated, right? So he would say, "Would you be considering to do that?" And I said, no, I'm not." And so he said, "Well, we can do a medical exemption or a religious exemption and see if that, if they would take you." Um, he's like, "I already got one guy in there for a medical exemption." So, I like the job. I like that the pay, it's union as well. They start you at $20 an hour, right? And they got great benefits. So, I mean, I want the job, but I know for a fact me being in that environment would increase my gang stalking, increase my fucking targeting, energy weapons, all that bullshit. So I just know it's like the only jobs that are coming to me have to do with like aerospace, airplanes, right? First one. Then the second one is high tech fucking buses, bus parts and shit that they're gonna be putting out soon. So it just sucks that we're in this position because I take the job with the snap of my fingers right now. But I'd rather not because it's just I know better. Being around this fucking game for so long, I know that it would be a wrong move on my part to put myself in that situation. So I'm gonna have to pass on that shit too.
Why? Because of what again?
It's the advanced tech that I'm gonna be around. All these buses are gonna be for all of California. You get you get you get that me being in their facility with all this fucking technology is like a really good move for them, right?
I don't know if that's true, man. I mean, the whole world's full of technology. How are you going to get around that?
I don't take the fucking bus. I don't think I'm gonna have to.
Well, I don't mean
I
the
mean, they
bus. I
have
mean,
their computer systems, everything that consists of that bus is gonna be in that warehouse. You don't think I've known how they work from what I've seen. So I'm just I'd rather fucking make decent money and be more at peace because I have another job. They deal with starting a house from top to bottom. So they'll demo it. They'll put all the electrical, whatever, however the process starts from the first. I mean, I don't know if they take down the framing, but they want people to on board to build the house from top to bottom. So I've always wanted to learn how to build my own shit. So I think that's the best fit for me. I think he said 18 to 20 bucks an hour. They have house and stuff. It's not union, but I'd get a lot of experience there too, and it's something that I like doing. So instead of
there
being
you
in an environment I probably know that I won't like, I'd rather take something that I do like and work with that. I don't mind being in houses. I've already, I was in my friend's house the other day. She had Wi-Fi. I played some video games and shit, and I didn't even give a fuck. Like, I don't care about the. I know the extent of how these motherfuckers work. Like, if you're gonna be in their playing field on their fucking court, like you could have some Wi-Fi in your house or electricity, but if that shit's not cutting it, they want me to be put in a position where they know that they can expand on, and I'm not going to give them the opportunity. I don't have to put myself in a position that I know that I shouldn't. So I'm just not going to make that move. So this other job is working with construction, so I'm gonna probably take that one instead of being a machine operator. I'm gonna set up an interview pretty soon. Matter of fact, I gotta do that after this call.
Fierro, man, you're your own man. You do what you feel is best. Obviously, you will. I know that. I can tell you, my old man is that we got the third person on board. I'd like to hear him talk instead.
Hey, what's going on, boss?
How you doing, brother?
Man, you already know. Another day in hell trying to make heaven out of it.
Yes, sir.
And um, yeah, bro. Hey, so they pulled you over, T-Lo? Because I was on the
Yeah,
phone.
they just pulled me over. I got the video. I could upload it, but supposedly my license plates are fucking
Or,
they're out. The lights are out. So I looked. I checked after he stopped me. He didn't give me a ticket or nothing. He's just like, he's like, it's cool, just get them fixed, and he was just like cool about it. But I was already gonna get pissed. Like if I started getting attitude, like, or if I started seeing him have attitude, I was already gonna fucking like start talking shit to this fool. But he was calm. He was just like, whatever. And I just was like, trying to get out of there, like see what the fuck the problem is and get out. You don't
bro,
want to be around cops too long. These motherfuckers, try to find something to fucking, to trip on or try to fucking put pin on your ass or something.
whenever TIs get together and there's some form of an improvement, like there's some type of like a bond or some type of level where you guys feel like you guys are you like things may get better for you. There's always something like that. Like there's always a desperate tactic. So I think he just made that shit up, and they been knew that about you. What a coincidence! Like we just hop on the phone, like you're helping me out with what you're talking about, and you know what I'm saying. I'm trying to be an ear to hear for you, and then you get the cop. Like, come on, man. You know what it is? It's they're trying to just continuously have us under mind control. Like you, like everything right now is ran on a certain time right now. I'll say you could call it the Illuminati, the Freemasonry, this entire shit, this entire cult. They're just trying to continue to have us under mind control. It's either mind control or secret murder, or else try to get us to commit a crime and make us look like the crazy person and lose our shit. And like, bro, they're definitely, you know what it is? They're trying to destroy my relationship with my mom because she's all I got left, bro. So that's all they're trying to do. Like yesterday, we had a great day. You know what I mean? Like no arguing, no nothing, because they always try to manipulate that. And then today, they're pissed off because it's like, damn, you had a great day yesterday. No arguments, no nothing. You didn't fall into anything. You tucked her in. You said goodnight. You made her tea. You look like a good person. We can't have that. So we're gonna attack you 10 times harder. Like yesterday, the sirens were going off all day. I'm in a basement. I just closed my windows yesterday, and I was just like the fuck with everything out there. I didn't pay attention to shit, and I
Yeah.
just prayed to God for protection and made it through the day righteously. And I didn't sleep much. They kept me up all night, but that was to trigger a reaction a day. They got some type of a reaction a day where I lost my shit, and and this is the never ending cycle of this shit. It's like every time you're good, there's always some like it's just always followed by some sleep deprivation, a cop pulling you over, somebody passing in the TI community. It's always something. You know what I'm saying? It's never just. And I know, of course, there's no peace in this fucking program, but at the same time, it's just the level of never-ending desperation. But I don't want to be a narcissist and be the only one talking. You know what I mean? So I want you guys to, say what you have to say and shit.
Well, we appreciate you being here and sharing what your experience is.
Most I appreciate you guys even being an ear to hear because they try to make you isolated and make you fucking feel crazy all day. And I'm a man of God, bro. I left all of this, you know what I mean? All of that bullshit. It's like they try to manipulate you to be like a damn gangbanger the way they bully you, and then they want to say, "Oh, he's a gangbanger." Like, what the fuck? Where's my gang at? You know what I mean? And it's not even about that. Anybody could be that, but my thing is like, bro, I'm trying to live righteously so I could meet my family that got set up and make it to heaven, bro. Because all my family and friends got set up in this program, over 30 people, bro. And that's all because they love me, and the government hates me because I speak against the government and I understand the game. I understand the mind manipulation. The right now you got a 2030 agenda coming up. The 2030 agenda is going to be complete surveillance. They may even end gang talking, or it may still continue. I think it's still going to continue, but they're trying to do complete surveillance, in-home surveillance, and that's what they got coming up in the future. And that's why I'm just like, man, I'm just ready to leave this bitch, honestly, because it's hard to have a bro. They every time you meet a girl, it's the same thing. You hit it off, you guys are good, and at some point it just gets to that point where she's just like, oh, I don't know about him, or she gets caught up in a honey trap. So it's because you meet a lot of Ti women on YouTube, but they get a lot of honey traps. Like they'll have like, you know what I mean? Like you'll have like Tyree. It look like Tyrese is messaging you or something, like the perfect man. You know what I mean? So it's like they do stuff like that to keep you from being in a relationship and to continue to progress. You know what I mean? And I'm like, I don't know, man. I get in spurts where it's like I'm really good, and then I get in spurts where I'm like, should I just get hit by a car and just end this shit now? Just being real. And I don't want to motivate anybody to be like that, but this is just what this shit does to you after years and years of trauma. Like you see, like right here, I gotta write down like all these good memories of me and my brother, because all they try to do is traumatize me on how like they set him up in the 3D. You know what I'm saying? So just this shit is just, I don't know, man. It's like, I know God's got us. This program is just, this shit is psychotic for this shit to continuously keep going. And like, we're not murderers. None of us are murdering anybody. None of us are doing anything wrong. So it just goes to show you it's nothing but control to give the people behind all of this our power and to have no power. And that's like really what this shit is really just coming up to. It's just, this shit is just all about fucking power, bro. Like, if you believe in God firmly, you have fucking power, and you know what's going on in the government, you're a target. And you're not for the government, you're a target. You could be not one. You didn't steal a bag of M&Ms in 50 years of your life. You never stole anything. You never did anything to anybody. But because you go against and because you have power, you know what I mean? You're a target. It's so fucking stupid, man. My dad was a target, never committed a crime. My mom's a target. She's the least criminal. My dad, I mean, I just said my dad. But it's just like, that shit is crazy. It really is. And I'm just like, I'm tired of dealing with it. But I don't, like I said, I could ramble on forever. you know?
I think Tilo, you said something last night that really hammered the nail there, and that is we refuse to submit to this B system as everybody else is. Right? They're existing on their knees while we're ready to die on our feet right now.
Yeah.
Right? I bet you everybody, all three of us here have looked death in the face at least one time in our life.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It
So,
was, yeah. No, yeah. Don't let me keep talking. You keep talking. I'm going to shut up.
okay.
Yeah.
So death is not something we fear.
At all. Death is
Right?
an illusion. Death is an illusion to God's children. Once you suck, and I don't mean to cut you off, I just wanted to add to that because that's something that they want to make you believe in is death. Oh, that person's gone, candlelight. Oh, they kicked over the candlelight, go crazy. And you keep seeing this in the rap industry. People keep getting like that rapper Draco. He just got stabbed in the neck, and people are kicking over his candles. And that's something that's that's a LA trend. Somebody passes, you kick over the candlelights, and then they want to see how you're gonna react. It's never ending bullshit, and most of that shit going on is actually being manipulated by drones, and people aren't even aware of what they're doing. That's why they look so stupid fucking doing it. But like you said though, death is an illusion, and especially for God's children. I believe these gang stalkers are more dead than anything in this world. I believe I believe that at the end of the day, to see a body moving when we're healthy and we're righteous in our mind, when we see their bodies moving, we see what they really look like. They may have fucked up teeth and weird features and shit, but their bodies, the reptilian bodies, the way that they hump over, it's like you're like 30 years old. Why are you like walking like a dead fish? You know what I mean? With feet. You know what I'm saying? So there's, I just wanted to add to that, but I don't want to talk too much. Like I said, I want everybody to speak their message.
Well, we talk a lot, so and we're
Yeah,
glad to hear you add your experience and your ideas and things. That's why we're here, right?
yeah.
Me and Tilo talk all the time, all
No,
the
I see you guys all the time. Yeah, I see you. You definitely look like a real T. I could tell by like your energy, you know what I mean? And I'm not like discrediting other people, but I've even done lives where I've had people that were like gang stalkers and I thought they were targets, and all they would do is pretty much like they tell us they just speak the obvious, oh, there's these cars and they're following us, and they just didn't really have any solutions. And all we need are more solutions. We don't need bitching. We don't need, not like that. We can keep exposing what they're doing, but we don't need to just do that. Because on YouTube, that's not getting us anywhere. We need to come together. We need to put our shit together. We need to start protesting. We need to start marching. We need to start doing shit like that. Because if not, this shit is just gonna override us, and we're just eventually gonna pass. And there's nothing wrong with that, but at the same time, why not? Why not make the world a better place? And why not set good people free that could relate to what you go through, you know what I mean? Like you guys could relate to the psychological harassment 24/7. So why put somebody through that? You know what I mean? Why frame somebody? Why do that? I haven't killed anybody a day in my life, to be honest with you. I never tried. And all they're trying to do is get me to do that by doing what they've done. That's why the triggering never ends. And they use the gang stalkers as dummies, and they don't even know. It's like, you're willing to die for a fucking for a gift card? That's retarded. You know what I mean? So you know, I just feel
Think
like
it's a little
yeah,
bit more than that.
we
It's not just for a gift card. It's a status, bro.
you said what?
It's a status in the fucking enemy's kingdom, bro.
Yeah.
But the other day, I cause you guys know I like to shield and stuff. So, um, I messed I messed up and my targeting went up. So these ambulances usually they come by and like pass by me or whatever, but this time they didn't need to. All they did was let me hear the siren. And all you need to do is is hear the siren.
Yeah.
For some reason, so they fucking they passed. I can hear them,
Yeah.
and the fucking siren noise, it stood in my head. Like I rolled up my windows and I was on my phone, and I can still hear the siren even though it's off or it's already like
Oh,
it's already
tonight.
gone. Yeah,
Yeah, bro. In
I
this
could
day,
hear the siren still, so I know that they used to do that to me before
yeah.
in the beginning of my targeting. They used to fucking they would just pass because I don't know how the fuck they do it, but it has to do with sound for sure.
I feel you.
It has to do with sound.
It's
And
that's how they
this happened to me the other day. That's why I'm mentioning it.
they manipulate you by putting that pressure in your head through your ear.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah, cause look, check this out. I use fucking earplugs and shit, right? So if I put my hand, like if you put your hand over your ear, they focus energy like within this area, like
Yeah,
around this area. So
yeah,
if you just put your hand over your ear or just like cover it like that, you'll start to feel like, or at least I do, I'll start to feel shit
yeah.
hitting the back of my hand. Like
Yeah.
electricity starts to hit the back of my hand and it's trying to get to my ear, so I'll cover it like that and I'll fucking feel electricity hitting my fucking hand.
Hey, you want to
And
hear?
then
Hey, let me touch on those two things you just said to show you this is really going on to the public. So basically, so yesterday I had my headphones in my ear, right? But they're unplugged to my phone. But they rubbed against my blanket, and they sparked an electrical cord, and I'm like, what the fuck? But not only that, like lately, I even touched my cat. I mean, I electrocute my cat. Like I got electrocuted the other day, but that was my dumbass, pulling a cord and a. But but what I'm saying is like they're doing so much electro harassment that they're basically electrocuting us. Like
yeah, it's the fields
I,
and shit.
yeah, and not only that, what you said about the ambulances, an ambulance came on a back street because I was riding my brother's birthday, like in the snow because it's snowing out here in Ohio. You know what I mean? So, I just joking around, you know what I mean? And they're all pissed off. One ambulance turns off the siren, drives by, and then there's another one. So now they did the double. They did two ambulances at once to me today. So I'm like, I'm not like that surprised or something, but I'm just saying like their tactics are just getting more desperate.
Yeah, it's crazy because like I know a lot of targets, they get the ambulance harassing, and it has to do with noise, like we're because they're hitting us with fucking energy and frequencies and shit. So the noise to us, sometimes it's amplified or it's altered in some type of way where it fucks with us,
Yeah.
especially if you're smoking weed
Oh
or
yeah.
some shit like that.
Yeah.
Anything that's like any type of hallucinogen or amplifies your, you know, is like lifting. Not a downer. Downers like alcohol and like pills and stuff like that. You don't give a fuck. You're just like you don't care about the sounds. Anything that's like that amplifies, it's like a lifting type of drug. That's what they'll use against you to like fuck with you even more. So that's why I stopped, doing any of that stuff because they use it against me.
Yeah. And
And
you don't never want to buy no. You don't want to have nothing to do in any type of business with. Like never buy weed from them. Never just don't
grow
just
your own shit.
cause I bought like a couple ounces and I was like, fuck it. As long as the weed's good and it's reasonable, I'm still gonna get it. But you know what they did is they sold you good weed in the beginning to get you to sativas. And the sativas and gang stalking is the worst thing for you. Especially going to sleep to sativa, because the sativa is gonna keep you wired. And then not only that, they use the type of sativa so that they can manipulate you. So like the military weaponized weed that they've created nowadays. That's why these dispensaries are open up because they want people to smoke weed, but they want to give you weed where they could control you with. They're like, oh yeah, this is some gas, bro. Get that. That's cookies, or that's gelato, or that's sorbetto, or that's you know what I mean? That's Master, that's Yoda. Like that's that gas right there. Bro, that shit in the dispensaries right now is military weaponized weed. That's why the government allows for it to be sold. And if not, that's because they'll shut it down. They like in LA they shut down the real dispensaries that really had really good weed for an affordable price.
Just like the food crops, bro. I mean, think about it. Think these motherfucking government is gonna let people sell shit that they don't want in there? They're gonna just like the water that they regulate and they make certain places put fluoride in their shit. They're gonna tell these weed companies, "Oh, you need to put this chemical in your shit, or else you guys can't grow it." You know what I mean? It's the same shit. These motherfuckers are gonna find some perp ass fucking way, and the government is all about experimentation.
Bro,
They're
that's all
still
we are,
passing
bro.
fucking patents and
We're
shit.
we're test dummies to them. We're
Yeah,
nothing.
so
We're
they're
nothing
they're
but
doing
test dummies.
research on people. They know how the brain works. They know what chemicals to fucking use. These motherfuckers, they're advanced, bro. So all I could suggest, there's always a solution to a problem. Yin and yang, fucking negative and positive.
Uh-huh.
These bitch ass motherfuckers think that they can, mess with us, and it's all on how you allow them to. So I can go and just say fuck it and do things that I probably don't like to do, but I'm not gonna, like, it's my playing field. I'm gonna keep it in my fucking playing field. I can win if I keep it on the fucking chessboard that I know. If I
Exactly.
start going into their territory, I'm asking for fucking to get to fuck up or to fucking slip up or some shit like that. So as long as I know they can't fuck with me,
I feel you. Yeah, man. It's
so
just
I cut off a lot of things, bro. I cut off, women and shit. I can't trust no fucking bitches out here, bro. Like,
everyone's a
even even ones that are supposed TIs, I don't know. The only way is through experience. You you have to fucking get to know somebody, like, through human interaction is where you see how people are real. If you know if you just try to do a long distance thing, and, like, they're just trying to stick around to either be like, part of your gang stalking, or they really want to talk to you, because nobody's gonna waste their time like that.
facts.
So there has to be in it. There's something in it for somebody if they're gonna stick around.
Yeah, that's facts. There's always the catch 22 to like come on. See, the funny thing is like I'm sure probably all three of us and so many TIs, we've had, relationships with women, you know what I'm saying? And, we've been with, probably hot females before and stuff like that. So we're kind of used to that, So what they do is they use that to their advantage. But they've used it so many times that now it's just obvious. You just got to test the spirit by the spirit. You know what I mean? So when it gets weird, like you test them by the spirit, and the truth will prevail at the end of the day, regardless of whatever it is. Like, but I haven't met a real woman since about 2017, and that last relationship was sabotaged because the mom was a perk, and she would just be stalking us when we be having sex and making out and going on dates and parking up on a view or going, you know what I mean, stupid, just relationship stuff like that. And to be honest with you, I'm not gonna lie, like I was passionate about her. It was love, but at the same time, I've been hurt so many times, being real, in relationships and stuff like that. Not like by the female, but just because I was engaged to Honey Trap, and she was in the military, and so that was like the most serious relationship I've been in, and the one after high school, and it's kind of like they eventually turned on you, but in the beginning they were really real and down for you, and you guys had like a great relationship. So my trust with women has gone like it's at an ultimate low right now, especially being a targeted individual. So that's one of the hardest things we have to do is come home sometimes, or even go to, because I stayed in my car for like 3 to 5 years in LA. So especially being a TI and not knowing what the fuck was going on, just trying to survive and get through. Um, I've been through that. So you know what I'm saying? That shit just how do you say it? It gets hard because a man's biggest weakness is the women, and but it makes us that much stronger. You know what I mean? Compared to the average person can't do this. They're gonna at least masturbate or something and go crazy doing that or something like that. Um, or just, you know what I'm saying, or just kind of still try to get at girls, but even if they're being rejected or something. But us, we're kind of aware, like, okay, like that's a honey trap. You know what I mean? And Um, I don't know, man. It's just, it shit just gets old, man. That's all I could say. Like, dealing with this shit for so long, and it actually gives us brain damage. It makes us smarter, but it gives us brain damage at the same time because the never-ending psychological harassment is just creating brain damage. That's why I've lost my shit so many times because I jumped out my character of getting harassed so much at such a blatant level to where now it's like, you just like fuck, like you just lose your shit, and then you're like, you just gotta pray to God and just get even again, and then figure out solutions to get better. But you know, this program is retarded. Like the New World Order, all of this shit is just retarded. Like people trying to take over the world, and no matter what you do, you can't do it because God's in charge, and y'all just don't see that because y'all don't believe in God. I'm not saying you guys, but them. You know what I mean? So that's why they keep doing what they're doing. They think they're God. They call themselves American gods. They even had a movie and a show after that shit. Like you'll have the bus perk you and it'll be like American gods or like you know what I mean. And it's like okay, how are you a god and you're doing what somebody else tells you to do? First off, how are you a god and you didn't create Earth? How are you a god if you're temporary? Like none of this shit makes sense. So just like get over your ego, get over the manipulation to make you do this shit, and find some form. And you don't even have to believe in God, but just of righteousness, of being a right person, and just stepping back instead of, you know what I mean, doing this shit. Because all this is doing is destroying the country in every country this is going in, and that's all it's doing. They think it's helping, it's controlling, it's bringing in money. Me and my family are okay right now, and everything's good. Eventually, karma kicks in, and you can't do shit about it. So either you're gonna be a dumbass and keep doing it until shit hits the fan with you, or else you're gonna change. But you know how it goes. How many gang stalkers have we seen do the same shit every day?
Oh yeah. It comes down to free will, and we've been given free will by our Creator, uh, and so anything that seeks to override or overpower our free will, I have to stand firmly against. So we know the devil is as a tyrant, as a homosexual tyrant, to be a bit more specific, seeks to override our will every step of the way.
Period.
We're seeing it in the world all the time, and we're seeing it with our adversaries that their will has been overridden, whether they by consent or whether they caved in or whatever the case may be.
Mhm.
But I want to point out the hypocrisy here because a lot of times, and I'm speaking to the atheist, the agnostic, who stating that the belief in Christ is restrictive with boundaries and rules and regulations. Well, isn't it a twist of irony that the one that they seeking liberty from, that is Satan himself,
Mhm.
is actually creating that much more rules, regulations, and tightening the noose down just a little bit every single day,
Mhm.
right? So that they don't have any choices. Their options are now gone. They're gone because that's the way they wanted it,
Mhm.
right? So, uh, what they saw, what the boundaries seemed to be restrictive, but they were actually beneficial.
Uh-huh.
And then we see that when we cross the boundary, we become slaves of sin.
Mhm.
We become a slave to
Exactly.
Satan.
Exactly. With wrath, with built up wrath, with and I'm gonna be honest, I'm guilty of this shit at times. Like, I go a whole day, maintaining, and then, one little thing at the wrong time may set me off, and then you know what I mean? Then you explode, and then you're like, damn, Lord, I should like forgive me, help deal with my wrath. You know what I mean? Sometimes we get too caught up in the same environment and not really living anymore. And we get caught up in this shit, and eventually you get to a point where you just want to just not do shit. And that's what this program pretty much creates is that type of energy that just sit on your ass and just smoke weed or just you know don't really do shit all day. And that's what they promote. You know what I mean? They promote that shit, and that's not doing anything for anybody. That's not making the world better. And I'm not gonna lie, I've always wanted to make the world better. You know what I mean? Like I've always wanted to change things. Like I wanted, growing up in a divorce as a kid, I clearly wanted to be married as fast as possible. And not like as fast as possible, like I need a wife, but kind of like I can't wait to. I love my mom and I love my dad, and they're great parents and they're great people and they're great teachers, and you know, they're their own people. They are TIs. You know what I mean? My mom doesn't really get into this shit too much because she understands the philosophy of it. I just try to put her on game, and that's kind of what creates this frustration in our relationship. Is it's like, look, I'm telling you everything they're trying to do, but you don't want to hear it, and you're just kind of still going. With my dad told me that they were after me before, as soon as it started. So probably like about 2009, 2010. That's when it really kicked in. Right after high school, when I'm getting ready to play football and go to college and start my life and start honestly partying and stuff like that still, but just smoking a little weed and that's about it. A little drink. You know how when you graduate high school and you go to college, we all go through that stage where you're like, is this for me or is it not? You know what I mean? You want to test the waters. So honestly, being real, some of us want to party and get it in with girls, and I'm not a womanizer, but when you're young, you got that mindset, and it just became like people popping up at my house, never ending, till I was just going crazy. Like people were trying to get me to steal shit all the time. They're like, "Oh, can you steal this for us? Can you steal this for us? Can you steal this for us?" And I'm like, first off, you already know I'm a football player. Like I'm a football player. I'm getting ready to like excel in that. Like stop bringing this shit my way. But it just became like really gang stalking at my house. I just didn't know what that shit was. I'm like, I went to high school with him. I thought he was cool at the time. He was cool. But then it's like, nope, snake, 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 snake. Like you'll let people stay at your house, eat your food. You'll even hook them up with girls. Like your girl will have an extra girl. Just stuff like that. That you'll do everything you can for these people. You know what I mean? And all they do is stab you in the back and sell you out and make a false representation of who you are, and pretty much let it be known, okay, this is why I do it. My uncle's a cop. My like my dad's a cop. Like it's like I remember I was dating a girl, or I was getting ready to go on a date with this one girl after high school, and one of my homies was trying to honestly like use her and run a train on her, and I'm like, I'm not like that. To be honest with you, I was a virgin at the time, even. Like I didn't, and I don't even want to put that out there, but I know it doesn't matter though. But but at the time, I'm like, I can't wait. I'm like American Pie, like I'm like the dude in American Pie, like getting ready to, you know what I mean? Just make love to my first, and it's like this shit turns into a damn train, and then her dad's the cop, and it could have just been from that moment on right there that I got put on the blacklist, just that right there, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, come on, why am I on that shit? Like the dude that orchestrated this shit, if anything, should be put on it. Like, but his uncle's a cop, so he could get away. He walk in a mall and steal clothes and just get away. Just weird shit like that. Um, and I'm not a thief. You know what I mean? I was always an athlete who was looking ready to inspire people that they could do all things through God. Like in uh, what's the verse? Philippians 5:13. I could do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Yeah, there you go.
I just wanted to inspire that message, that no matter what you do, you can do that, and set the ladder for people who never thought they could do it, and and um, basically, it's like as soon as I graduated, you get put on a blacklist. So it's like you're even killing in college football, but your coach, there's a catch 22 to everything. You know what I mean? Like. Uh, I even broke my leg playing college. I broke all my fingers and my toes, my nose, shit. Um, so many injuries, but just dedication. But you don't have an opportunity. Sirens going off right now. You don't have an opportunity as a targeted individual to make it to the pros, no matter what you be the best player in the world. Like I had a teammate, his name was Titus Young, played for the Detroit Lions, All American, Boise State, broke every record in high school for a wide receiver. Um, you know what I mean? But he was blacklisted. They got him on a watch list. They start getting him to get in fights. They put a bullshit facade on who he was to America, got him out the league, and now he's struggling just like me, where you got this passion in your heart, but you can't do what you love because it's just a blacklist. It's like the entire like if it was a tryout or something for a pro team, it's just designed to make sure that just you fail, and let's make these kids look good. That really, you know, they may be decent and good, but it's like, and I'm not saying I'm better, but I mean, if you don't have that mentality, you never will be. As far as an athlete, not a person. Um, you know what I mean? Like if Jordan didn't believe he could jump from the free throw line, I don't think he would. You know what I mean? So. Um, it just goes to show you we don't have opportunity, and it's kind of like we're subjected to this gang stalking shit, as along with only a 9 to 5 opportunity, if anything. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like complete. You know what I mean? It just gives you all this idle time, which is the devil's workshop to be in, and it's like it's just. I mean, it can be a nightmare, but like I said, I try to make hell out of heaven or heaven out of hell. Um, but yeah, man, it like I said, the conclusion always is just it gets old, you know. It's just this shit gets old.
Well, let me give you a little bit of encouraging statement, and I'm not a optimist at all. I'm a realist, and usually
Uh-huh.
that being realistic is, the world's a negative place, generally speaking,
That,
right?
yeah, it is.
But I will say this: the level of the intensity of my targeting has. Let me just say, life is getting better,
Oh, really?
and yeah, I mean, I'm not sleep deprived. I'm not hit with directed energy weapons anymore, and I can't attribute that to anything that I have done specifically. Right? I can't take credit for any of that, unless my prayer life has, somehow the Most High has been answering the prayers. That's entirely possible. I
Hmm.
also will say that my mother is involved in this program.
Oh, she
You know,
is.
yeah, she is. I don't mean she's a TI. I mean she's a perpetrator,
I hear you.
and she probably tries to minimize the amount of damage she's causing me.
Uh huh.
But I can see very much how she's manipulated. And let me give you an example. Though she professes a faith in Christ, uh, regardless of that, and I've been working. I'm a union pipe fitter, have been for 25 years. I just got a layoff today, which is fine. I've had 3 months of solid employment, so I'm happy with that. I haven't heard from my mother once at a lunchtime hour until the day I get laid off.
I'm not even laughing. I'm just like,
I know, I know what you mean. So I sent her a text back. I said, "Hey, let's cut the BS, mommy." Right? She goes, "I'm just seeing what you're up to. I could just drop it and leave it alone." And she sent me the thumbs up emoji. That means like she knows that I know I'm on to her. Just go take a nap or something and go away. Right? Because
yeah,
I know who put her up to that shit. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. No, because I'm relating everything that you're saying to what's going on right here, right now. Because I live with my mom, and basically it's like they're honestly manipulating the shit out of her to basically make her hurt me. I don't know if it's so intentional or if it's accidental, but it's going on. And it's just like at this time, it's creating the worst environment because it's like out of everybody, I keep praying to God, you get to work safe, you come back, and I even worry about you all day. And then when you come home, I'm like, cool, like we're good. And then it's just it just turns into a bitch fest, and then you maybe get talked over to the point where you feel like you don't even feel like you have your spine and your backbone. Have you guys ever felt like that? Like you got in an argument and there's like something up your spine to where you can't even get the words out at a good volume, and it's kind of like you're just you know what I mean? Almost like choking on your words. But it's kind of it's all being orchestrated because that's what they're trying to do. They're trying to destroy the family. So they're trying to manipulate arguments. They're trying to manipulate crazy behavior. They're trying to manipulate sensitization. They're trying to manipulate all of that shit. So when they do that, being around your mom or something like that, it's really hard. You know what I mean? Because they're not even aware that the conversation is being manipulated, and you know what I mean? It's like you fall into it. Like both of you can fall into it, and then you're both like, "Fuck!" Now you're both miserable. Now they both felt. Now they all feel like they got you, and now they can make themselves look like the healthy American family, and make you guys look like the trash or the crazy people. You know what I'm saying? And like you're known for having a great relationship with your mom and your brother and your dad, and taking care of your family and shit like that. But they just want to create this piece of shit out of you by just button pressing the shit out of you, never fucking ending. But I could definitely relate to what you're saying because, like today I got in an argument with my mom because I'm still trying to like recover from trauma, and there's times where it's like, okay, are you doing this on purpose? Are you are you are you are you doing this on purpose, or are you like, you know what I'm saying? Are you accidentally doing it and it's being manipulated? You know what I'm saying? And that frustration creates so much hostility, and
I,
that's how they destroy families right there in relationships. They basically get you to be on their side, manipulate you that you're doing the right thing, and tear you guys apart.
I agree completely with what you said.
Uh huh.
I'm at the point now, Pat,
Uh huh.
that I accept whatever level of involvement she has. I don't know the woman. I can't jump to conclusions and judgment, and I have to say, realistically, not if, but when I get involved with a woman again, it's a 99% certainty that she has some level of involvement with the system. And so all I ask of her is that the 3 foot knife doesn't go in the back. That's all.
Exactly. Exactly.
That's all I ask.
Because that's
So
that's what happens. That's what happens to because that feeling, that's what makes you lose your shit. Like, and then, honestly, I've been working on myself, so I've been drawing back less. So instead of just going full crazy and losing my shit, and then later just, chilling out and hanging out and recouping, um, and like reloading, um, I just kind of noticed myself in these situations of losing my shit, and now I'm kind of more aware. Like, I could go from yelling into, you want to know what? Let me just talk like this. Let me stop doing this. And I'm improving as a person as far as confrontation goes, because I mean, when you're yelling and back and forth, and that's all you're doing, there's no solution. So it's like, why am I gonna keep yelling? And I think 2 days ago, I almost had a heart attack. Um, I was throwing up. I felt like I was getting choked. I walked outside to breathe. I couldn't breathe. Um, I got really dizzy. I was definitely seeing like double vision, and I was definitely out of it. Like, yelling at the cars, just almost going back to my old way. And I know that they're trying to get me to that point, and they can't, honestly, because I already graduated from that shit to understand it. But um, I don't know. I just feel like there needs to be. I still feel like we just, I don't know. But I know it's a different subject other than the relationship of your family. I don't get off subject. It, they do their best to just destroy your family. They make it look like, oh no, it's just that guy. That's that crazy guy. But like that's the guy you're triggering all day.
Right. I don't know what happened to T. Loke. He must have disappeared somewhere.
His phone died. I'm not sure.
He usually pops back in at some point. But give me 1 second, Pat. I'm getting some drinks out of my car here.
No problem. Take your time.
All right, man.
Oh yeah, he's not online right now.
Oh no, he gets kicked off all the time.
Just like he just got pulled over as soon as we got on the phone. Like
he's got they because he lives in his car, he gets a lot of LE contact.
Oh, at the ELF?
Well, no, law enforcement contact.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they jam him up a lot. But he's never been arrested. He's not taken in or charged with anything. With me, I always get hit with felonies and shit.
Uh-huh.
Or I have been in the past. But I keep beating these cases, which are bogus, right? They're set up railroad cases. They end up costing thousands to have dismissed. That's the dirty games San Jose PD plays with quite a few people, myself included. There's a reason I got a problem with these guns. On multiple levels.
Yeah, they're turning your volume's turning down.
Oh, sorry, man. You're in my pocket. That's why. Hang on 1 second.
It's all good. I'm like, I know it's something. I'm like, is my phone turning off? But what was I gonna say?
You were saying something about your folks, maybe.
Hey, I think Joe Biden made this shit worse. I think the entire election made this shit worse because Joe Biden got all these people out of jail and he gave them these jobs, so they had no choice but to say yes. So that's how they got out of jail. So
yeah, Trump, Biden, to me, I don't see any difference. It's
at all.
They're all Freemasons. They're all puppets.
Exactly.
Left, right wing, same bird. We know more, and I've studied Freemasonry. That is the New World Order. It's Freemasonry.
Exactly. They got all these lodges out here in Ohio. I'm from LA. I don't see none of this shit. Oh, here he goes. You good, T-Lo?
Oh, you from Los Angeles, huh?
Yeah, you see the Crenshaw hoodie?
I do.
Are you from LA?
No, I'm from San Jose. I'm from up north.
So do you know Nappy Roots?
I do. I've met him face to face.
Are you serious? He's a great dude. He's live right now too.
I met him. I met him just a few weeks ago on the street. He was protesting with a bullhorn.
Yeah, hey, God bless both of you guys. I hope you guys come together, man. Honestly, because you guys are right next to each other. It'll be that's such a blessing. There's nobody in Ohio that's being targeted from what I know. Nothing but honeypots and bullshit. So, but Nappy's a great dude because he's a rebel. He'll get out on that speakerphone. You know what I mean? And I was even thinking about just going to San Jose to just do a day or a couple of weeks or something to just march with him. Just get
Come on out, Pat. We'd be glad to have you out here.
Honestly, I may come out there soon. And I hope my mom will be okay out here, but yeah.
T-Loke's been talking about relocating up north to the Bay Area.
Oh yeah.
So I've been encouraging him to do that so we can start working together and start protesting and making some waves.
That actually sounds really good. Um, you
Yeah, it
know,
does.
I want to take care of my mom. I love her to death. I'm here for her for whatever she needs. But at the same time, like I still want to live my own life to the best that I can. And Northern California was always. I mean, honestly, the first thing I think of when I think of NorCal is Humboldt County. Um,
Oh, wow.
just being honest, and you think of like the Sacramento Kings and the Raiders, and but um, but I mean, not just that. I mean, I believe that there are places within this country that you're targeting. Um, it may go up on like an internet level, but in certain areas it may go in live at. And you see, Ohio is like a huge, uh, political state, and it's actually the sixth white supremacist state. So, and it's a Freemason state. So, all of that shit, I hate this state. I'm from LA, and I'm tired of being here. I can't stand this fucking place. I,
Hey, come on back home, Pat.
and that, a lot of people are telling me to do that, to go back out there. I miss it. You know what I mean? And I'm not even gonna lie. It's funny being out there because when you're out there, you got the helicopters on you. You got LAPD. Um, you know what I mean? You got the heavy traffic, but it just doesn't get to you because it's like you know what they're doing. And I didn't figure out their game on the street theater to understand that just every time you walk by one, all they do is make hand signs to make you look at something. So if you just mock them and touch your head or some stupid shit, it completely deactivates what they're trying to do, and you're cruising like you're good. You know, it's like little things like that to just make it to where you're not red car, green car, silver car, blue car, blue car, blue car, red car, silver, silver. Getting caught up and getting like the voodoo experience of this shit. Um, But are you you're in NorCal? Or you said you're considering moving to NorCal?
No, I'm there now. I mean, this is the Bay Area. San Jose's the South Bay.
Oh
So,
yeah, you're in San Jose. That's right.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah. How far are you from Nappy?
From where again?
From Nappy Roots?
Well, he lives in his van on the street. So he's usually downtown somewhere.
Yeah,
I've told him I'm willing to join him in protest, though he usually flies solo. And I
yeah,
respect his space. I don't want to crowd the man.
yeah.
But I've made the offer, and I spoke to him face to face. I comment on his channel.
Uh huh.
It's a trust issue, and that has to be established over some time.
Facts. Yeah, yeah.
I
Definitely.
I get that. Me and T-Lo have been talking for a few years.
Oh, okay.
There have been times when he might have doubted who I was. There may have been times I doubted who he was.
And we always do that as TRs, because they want you to do that so that you guys don't have any type of cool bond or any better type of feeling other than getting harassed all day. You know what I mean? They just
Right.
they see you as a test dummy machine that they can make money off of and manipulate and make a clown out of you, and pretty much get paid off in the process, and almost damn near steal your soul in the process, and you know, um, because everybody sees this shit a different way. Um, some targets are being aimed at for their soul. Like I even was told, like these people told me, they're like, we want your soul, we want your power, and we want the ability. I'm not like, bro. I don't think I'm Brad Pitt. I don't think I'm Tyrese. I don't think I'm like GQ Man of the Year. But we want we want your ability that you have that attracts girls, which would always be because I was busy working out, playing football, um, going to school, taking care of my family, living life. I compare it to the guy who's trying to get money so he could get sex. You know what I mean? Um, which always, and this is how the gang stalkers live. You know what I mean? They kind of live like that too, where they, and that's why they do what they do. They live by that pyramid on the back of a dollar bill that pretty much is their that's their god. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I kind of want to touch on that a little bit, but I mean, I'd be telling you what you already know, so there's no point in repeating that.
Mhm.
As far as the Freemasonry goes, yeah, I think for a lot of years, for my sake, I was on and still am on a truth-seeking mission. I knew in my gut after 9/11, I was 31 when those planes crashed into the buildings, that something was terribly wrong,
That
and I had to place my finger. I wanted to put my finger on it, but the closer I get to the truth, the more oppression I experience in life. So I'm almost to the point where maybe ignorance is kind of bliss. You know what I mean?
hmm
Because the information begs a certain sense of responsibility. And so, sorry guys, I got a girl texting me. I'll be right back.
no problem.
All right, brother. In 1 second.
Yeah, no problem. Hey, T Log, are you there, bro?
Tilo, you got your microphone turned off.
Oh yeah, that's what it
Yo,
is. He's out the bubble.
He might be.
yo, yo, yo,
He's
yo.
he's there.
I'm in the backgrounds. I'm getting kind of tired over here.
Are you?
I feel you.
But yeah, you guys could chop it up, like this platform is for us, so
I feel you. Yeah. I was just I was letting Ken talk about what he was talking about, his message that he was just trying to get out.
yeah.
I've been talking with a couple of young women off of Facebook Messenger, and one's in LA, one's out of the country right now. But the fact that they're still talking to me after 24 hours, it gives me a little sliver of hope that there's a chance. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to when MySpace was around,
Oh yeah. Remember
I,
that.
MySpace, Facebook. Actually, I was known for meeting girls. I'm not like known, but like I kind of was kind of known for meeting girls on Facebook and always just finding new beautiful women to go on dates with and to just click up with after high school and stuff like that. And then eventually at some point, like I just got to a point where I just got paranoid because of the gang stalking, and I deleted everybody. And then from that moment on, um, eventually I met later like my ex fiance, who I'm like 99% sure she's a perp. Like 99.999% sure she's a perp. But because like as soon as we broke up, she rebuilt her mom's house and she bought a house. It's like, how the fuck do you get that money? You're not even working. That's perk money. They'll give them $20,000 to $50,000, and you won't even. They'll give them so much money you have no idea. They're giving them Land Rovers, like they're giving them Mercedes, they're giving them Mustangs, they're giving them houses. That's why you see people that look like they're on the streets in a house that don't even look like they could take care of themselves because they're giving them this. Like that's why they're so willing to do this shit. They're like, we get a 2-story house, you get this, you get 500,000, you get that, or 50,000, or whatever the fuck they tell them. And you know, they do that shit. That's what makes them do what they do. It's because if they don't do that, they're not gonna get paid, and then all of that shit is out the window. And
Oh, yeah, I believe it. But you know, but there's just so many people that are willing to be part of this damn thing. Here's what I believe is going to take place, or is taking place. They're going to need less of them and more of us, right? Because the idea, if the idea is total world domination and control, and we know that it is, we also know that population reduction is something. Eugenics is what they want. And that being said, then that means a good 7 billion got to go. Well, it'd be awfully foolish for those involved to think they're going to make the grade. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, definitely.
You know, if they don't have any use for a mid-level puppet like Trump or Biden, what are these cockroaches thinking that they're in the yacht club?
Man, these dudes are nothing but superior actors that read a script, that hold the presidential look. How's it going? You guys good? I'm good. You good? Good. Okay. Everything's okay. You know, they got that type of, you know, the chest out. I got my power. Got power hands. You ever see Biden with the hands? Trump with the hands?
Oh yeah.
Like Will Ferrell made fun of in Talladega Nights. They're like, please put your hands down. And then he's like, but then again, you know what I mean? Just the you ever notice that they always use those psychological tactics to create power for them, to make you feel like this is who you should be listening to in the country right now, is Donald Trump or fucking Biden. Then you look at their credentials and you're like, what the fuck is Biden doing? He bribed us, telling us we're gonna get fucking checks every month. Never did that shit. You let all these people out of jail. You increase gang stalking, and then on top of it, you create a fake Black Lives Matter. You induce a fake Black Lives Matter movement, which is only destroying the black population and making more black on black violence than has ever been in the last like 5 to 10 years, because now everybody's going crazy where they're like, I gotta get money. Like, I ain't trying to work for the man. I gotta get money. Like, you see these shootings every day. You know what I mean? Club shoot. Like, I just saw a club shooting. A girl walks in. This is a brand new Nissan. And they've been using the Nissan in gang stalking, which is so weird, because sometimes you think, like, are these gang stalkers that are going on like a purge right now in the country and killing everybody and doing these shootings and all of this? Or is this, what is this? Because, like, it wouldn't make sense to have like a real gangbanger be involved with the government. Like, what the government is promoting, like Nissan or Ford at the time. You guys are driving these cars, like, and you're the ones committing. You ever notice all these shootings? They're all nice cars that are shooting each other. Like, it's like a brand new, perfect, undented car. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a fucking bucket, like an old 1997 Cavalier with a missing headlight. You know what I'm saying? It's like a brand new Nissan, like the cars that they give them. So where it's almost like, I'm trying to figure out what's exactly going on in this country, because it doesn't really make sense. And then I'm also figuring out, is just some of this shit is it just orchestrated? Like, but then again, it's like you can't put that past people's moms and dads that are losing their kids.
All I know is this: is that you said it earlier. The end game is to create a weapon out of us to become either homicidal and or suicidal, but also because that's been a failure for the most part, with a few of the Myron Mays and the Aaron Alexis's out there. The vast majority of us are never going down that road.
I hear you.
But you said something about wanting our soul, and I believe that you really hit something there, because the physical body they could take out of the equation anytime they wanted.
Exactly.
But they understand that we have a faith in Christ, right? We have a faith in Christ, and so they can't touch the spiritual body or the soul.
The Ruach.
Right, the Hakodesh.
Exactly. Are you Hebrew too?
Um, you mean Hebrew in my faith or in my nationality?
Oh no, like Hebrew in your faith.
Oh no, no, not at all. I am a believer of Jesus Christ, yes,
Oh, okay.
but I wouldn't say I wouldn't call myself an Israelite or a Hebrew.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, I'm Hebrew Israelite, but I don't look at people that's Christian or Catholic. Um, well, I mean, the way the Catholic faith is shifted is different, but I still I'm not gonna condemn people's religion, but because I know down deep you still praise the same God we praise. It may be a different name or something like that, but I know you know what I'm saying? I know you still praise the same God, and as long as you're on God's side, you're good. You know what I mean? So the right God, you know what I mean? Not Satan, the God of this world, but because that's what they're living on. That's their God. You know, they say, "Praise God, I'm blessed." You're blessed by the devil. You know what I mean?
I
Like the people that gang stalk you and tell you like bless you. Like I just got this black and mouth from a damn general. She gave me the wrong shit. She tried to gaslight me on my brother. Play the whole mind game, try to make you look at shit um, as they trained them to do. But basically, what I was gonna say is, what was I gonna say? Um, I got sidetracked. Um, I lost my thought. Um, Yeah, I completely lost my train of thought.
That's all right.
Yeah, you know that shit happens in this program. But what the hell I was gonna say? Um, that's crazy. Complete blank. It's been happening a lot lately. Like the random, like, oh, I'm about to tell you something. Oh, I forgot what I was gonna tell you. Um, but fuck, can't even think of it. Yeah, I'm sorry, I lost my. I don't even know where I was going. I'm like, it's crazy. Sometimes you just mention a gang stalker, you feel like you're in their energy. You just,
Yeah, I get it.
yeah, it's like you almost you're just involved with a demon. But what I was, damn, I still can't remember this shit. I still can't remember what I was trying to say. What were you touching on before I talked?
Uh, I believe we were talking about the puppets, the Freemason puppets.
Hmm. Oh,
Yeah.
well, yeah, you did say that at the end of the day they're gonna need us more than they need them. For the simple fact that we can think for ourselves and get out the box. And honestly, it's so crazy, but I've been blacklisted to the NBA and the NFL. Every game I watch is nothing but a gaslighting show. And
Wow.
now I kind of wanted to do a documentary on that, exposing the NFL and the NBA. And
You were talent. Let me interrupt you, Pat. You had the talent to play professional football and basketball.
I mean, I still do, but it's just you don't have the fucking opportunity. You beat everybody you ever play against, but you just don't get anywhere, which is just you kill yourself on workouts. You run 25. I've done crazy work. You run 25 miles. You know, it's you go jump your high school fence. I went to Inglewood, so I would jump my high school fence at 3 o'clock in the morning and just realize I don't want to smoke weed. I don't care about just having sex with random. I just want to play football. Just go run maybe you just run full field sprints, just shit like that. Never ending workouts. Um, you know what I'm saying? My bench press went from fucking 60 pounds as a freshman to 315 in college. and just all this work. You know, I ran like a, I don't know if you follow football, but I ran like a, a, a five a 5.5 when I came in high school, and then I ended up having like a 4.4, like a,
Wow, man, that is a fast 40 yard.
and then but that's what I'm saying. You got all this fucking athletic talent, but you're just a blacklist, and they try to make me look like a blood and all this other shit because people try to get me into that field, but you know, I always chose God over it because I could never commit who I am and subject myself to being that. Because at the end of the day, that shit is not gonna get a single soul nowhere. You saw as far as it got Nipsey to 33 years old. So it's just
You
it,
got to be a, the all the actors. I mean, they got it all locked up. Freemasons, so they
oh,
got professional sports, they got acting, they got it all locked up.
you know, LeBron James is the NBA wizard.
I believe it.
Yeah, that dude gaslighted me last year. He even changed his number because they never stopped hitting me with 23. So now he's rocking the six. But you know, two times three is six. And you know, I really exposed him to the point where it's like he knew I exposed him because this dude's throwing up Illuminati signs, sacrificing Kobe, sacrificing, believing in that type of psych. You saw when Kobe passed, what
Oh, yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
when he did those hand signs at the memorial at Staples, he did hand signs, and those were all Illuminati sacrifice signs saying we sacrificed you. And you saw how nervous he was when he was doing that shit because he knew he was involved with murder. And if he gets caught with murder, he's doing 25 to life. But you'll never know that. But he was just used kind of as like a, okay, you know, it was kind of like this. We're gonna get Kobe out, and then you're gonna be the guy now because we're gonna sacrifice him to make LA love you. It's like, come on, you've been to fucking Cleveland Cavalier your whole life. You know, like you're from Ohio, and it don't even matter if you're from Ohio, but it's just the simple fact that like you're known for being a Cleveland Cavalier, just like Kobe's known for being a Laker, like Tim Hardaway is known for being a on the Miami Heat. So it's like you're known for that, and then now you're coming to LA, and look, check this out. I'm in Ohio for the first time in my life, and he's in LA, and definitely I wanted to be a Laker. Definitely that was on my dream. I watched every single game since a kid, since Derek Fisher's point forward shot, since you know, I watched Magic. I mean, I'm only 30, but you know, I've watched all these dudes play, and you know, I've always had the passion. I've always worked out. I go to the park, and I don't mean to just talk about myself, but um, you know, I would go to the park and I play for 8 hours on Saturdays, and I would always try to play as much as I could. It would pretty much be, I would average about 5 hours a day just playing basketball. Not talking about the gym and plyometrics and cardio and all the, you know, the healthy diets you got to eat. You know what I mean? So um, it just, you know, it just like you it's like somebody dedicates their life to doing something, puts their all into it. You create this bullshit blacklist, um, and you know, one person they like to make it look like who put me on a blacklist was actually Mark Jackson's brother, who's clearly in the NBA because Mark Jackson's, you know, the NBA announcer, um, but his brother, that dude hated my guts. He threatened my life, said he was gonna pump lead in me, and it's like he was the main dude. He was the main guy before all of this. That you know what I'm saying? Or he was one of the main people. I actually overheard him in like a directed conversation say something to somebody, and then the other guy was like, "Oh, he's not gonna go nowhere now." What does that sound like to you? It sounds like he put me on a blacklist.
Yeah, right. It sure does.
Yeah, and you know, this guy tried to get me in a fight. He threw punches at me when I lost my dad and I broke my leg and I had to stay in the car because my mom's boyfriend pointed a gun at me, who was a PERT, Community Watchman of the Year, ex-military, ex-army. Um, very confrontational, very, perpetrating. Kind of just, that's where the blacklist started too, like right there too. But it's kind of like something that's plotted and planned. It seemed like it only just. It's like they got me on a list maybe before him. I'm not sure if he was the one who did it or what, but it sounded like he put me on the list because that directed conversation. Not only that, all these people, if you notice Nissan, this orange BLM shit, where people are saying black is a new orange is a color from New York, like the New York Knicks, like blue and orange. So that's why orange is even brought up in this mix. But all of that shit is coming from like their sources. It's coming from him. And like this is the main person trying to destroy me and my family. They put a hit on me in Inglewood to get shot, but I saw it coming. I got shot at 8 times, but I saw it coming. I told myself God can. I started running. Luckily, I made it. When the cops came, I didn't call them, but they were like fucking around with me. So it's like clearly it was a hit. They never put it on the news. They never put it in the newspaper. They never put it on the internet. So it just goes to show you, like they'll kill you and they won't even, you know what I mean, put that shit on the internet. But that's the guy who got me on this NBA blacklist, which pretty much eventually transitioned to like the NFL blacklist because now you got the NBA reputation that's fake as fuck. So now we're gonna go from that to the NFL. So now it's kind of like a shit. It's become. I know it sounds psycho, but it's like if I turn on any news channel, if I turn on all the cable channels, all that shit is just nothing but it's like nothing but gaslighting.
Yeah.
And my TV's off for a reason.
Let me ask you something. What's your height and weight?
Oh, 5'11", 180.
Okay. All right. So what position are you playing, defense or offense in football?
Oh, I'm a wide receiver.
Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Because I went to Sonoma State
Oh, really?
yeah, when there was still Division II football in California.
Now that's a good. I remember talking to a really cute girl I wanted to hook up with who went there as soon as I graduated high school. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, when I was there, they drafted Larry Allen to the Dallas Cowboys. You may know who he is.
Oh yeah, he played for the Chiefs too, right?
He might have. If
He's
he did,
running back, right?
no, he was an offensive lineman he was all Madden, all pro for the Cowboys.
Oh shit, is he more old school, like 90s?
Yeah, he's 90s, old school,
Oh, okay.
definitely.
And in this genre, thinking the Larry Johnson, the running back for the Chiefs. I'm thinking of the wrong person. But I'm sure if I look him up, he'll pop up.
Well, so obviously I didn't know this at the time. Now you're educating me on this, on how much control they have. But I will say this, Pat. I'm a union pipe fitter, and they are not affecting my income with the building trades.
Uh-huh.
And now it's not NFL salary, but it's 6 figures a year full time.
I got you.
So now I know you got hopes and dreams of playing in the NFL and NBA, and I'm not trying to take anything from that.
Uh-huh.
Right, man? You should, unless it is a complete, total dead end, which it sounds it might be.
I mean, I don't want to call it quits because I do got some pro tryouts coming up.
Okay, all right.
Um, they got this league that pretty much is called the Gridiron League, and they got all these tryouts, and they're actually coming up, believe it or not, within like February, Marchish, and they're going on right now too. But it's pretty much like it's pretty much where like CFL players, Canadian football players, and some NFL like people that are become free agents and college football players play. It's a league, and then you get recruited to like the CFL or the NFL depending on your level of success and talent. Um, but the thing that they try to do is they basically try to play me to make sure this young generation has the power instead of me being able to perform. And that's the part that is just like, that's the hard part, because that's where they try to close the window. But I still believe, you know, I know what I could do, you know what I'm saying? I know where my passion is, I know where my heart is. Um, so I mean, just like any of these guys, like, Antonio Brown, when he just, I was happy when Antonio Brown did what he did. I felt like it was a stand. Did you see that?
No, I didn't see that, man.
He threw off his shoulder pads because just tired of the program and tired of the league and all of the politics and all the bullshit. So he just took off his shoulder pads, walked off the game, threw his jersey and everything in the stands, and kind of just said, "Fuck this shit." But it's kind of more so of a stand saying like, "Yeah, I could play this game." The dude averaged 1,000 yards every season minimally, and about 10 touchdowns. One season he had about 21 as a receiver. So he definitely set some numbers. So, you know, and you got guys in the NFL right now that you like. Aaron Rodgers is the number one quarterback in the league at fucking 37, 38 years old. I just turned 30, damn near 31, and I'm like, I could play this shit until I'm fucking about 45. You know what I mean? So I have all of that in me still. It's just, we're just gonna see if these doors are gonna open, and if not, you know, at least I know at the end of the day it was nothing but a blacklist and a setup, and and at the end of the day I'm still unstoppable at what I do as a wide receiver, as a point guard, as a shooting guard. So it's not, and all the talent and all the people that I beat that were still really good and great players that I still respect. Um, you know what I mean? Like I played ball with I could go on forever and ever who I play. I played D1, D2, D3, overseas, um, NBA. Played with all of these guys before. You know what I mean? And you just it's just you don't talk about it. You do it once you get on the court. You know what I mean? Because there's nothing to talk about. Um, unless if you're saying, "Oh, screen right," you know what I mean, or something like that. But yeah, I mean that's always where my heart's been at. I know they try to make it seem like there's an opportunity for me right now overseas in this European basketball. It's basically like these are my windows that I'm pursuing still. You have like European pro basketball, which is like overseas pro basketball, and then you got like this National Gridiron League, which is kind of connected to the NFL and the CFL. So those windows are open. So that's all I'm saying. But at the same time, I'm still applying for work. Like I still am willing to still work and make money and take care of myself and even help my mom out. You know what I'm saying? I'm still willing to do that. My thing is every job I've ever worked at, it's always been or it's more so of like a um we're just trying to, this is just nothing but gaslighting. All these people, they're not even working like this. This is the fucking gang stalking show. like you're going to a gang stalking show for 8 hours in an electrical plant. You know what I'm saying? Or at a furniture store, just some stupid shit like that. You're doing everything they're telling you to do, but they're just constantly trying to create some weird bullshit. Like I remember COVID. COVID had a shutdown as soon as it hit, so I didn't go to work. Then you get fired, but the mayor's telling you don't go to work. How does that make sense? And then you know what I'm saying. Another time they tell you you're on drugs and you're completely sober because you're sleep deprived or something, and you're just going to work and your eyes are low and you keep getting gaslit. So they're gonna say, "Oh, you look like you're sleeping when you walk." Like, bro, I'm doing everything you asked me to do. That's my job. Show up on time, do what you tell me to do, and go home. Right? So at the end of the day, what is all this extra bullshit about? It's like they'll tell you, "Oh, go clean the bathroom," and then they'll go throw a girl in the girl's bathroom to make you look like a predator.
Yeah, right, right.
You see? That's what I'm saying. Like that would be the type of shit, or oh, we got a full-time job for you, and then your hours slowly go down, but you're doing everything they tell you to do. And that's why I've never gotten in the 9 to 5 field. And I feel like that window's just really not open. I feel like it's just become nothing but a game. It's like that they bribe you with a job. They'll even say like, oh, $1,000 bonus, $250 bonus if you're on time every week, and then 20 an hour. Like, oh, that sounds great. That sounds like I can make about 6 figures, about 100,000 a year doing that. But then at the same time, it's like, you're ready to work, you're willing to work, and then it'll be like, oh, unfortunately, this position has been filled, or just some dumb shit. So that's because in gang stalking they want you to be financially ruined.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what, you come back to Northern Cal and I'll get you hooked up into a union trade that pays you at least $55 an hour.
Are you serious?
Hell yeah, I am, sir. I'm making 70 an hour right now, bro.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's really good.
I'm a journeyman pipe welder, pipe fitter, have been for years.
Do you do like water pipes?
Yeah, I do that. Uh, we do all commercial and industrial piping, Pat. Yeah.
Yeah, not you know, I think they did it on purpose, but like the hot water pipes somehow just went out the last week. So like for a week, I haven't even been able to really take a shower, and I've been having to like shower like back in the 1900s where you get a washcloth and shit.
Oh yeah. They call that a Portuguese shower.
Yeah, it's like a slave shower.
Yeah.
You feel like a slave again, like your ancestors. So,
Oh
uh,
yeah. Oh yeah, for real.
so, but yeah, they did that. So I'm trying to figure out, are the pipes really busted, or did they? 99% chance they did that shit on purpose because they're for a while, I think they were just trying to kill me, to be honest with you, because they put this futon that's right behind me. I'll even show you this shit. They put this futon in the house and they left it here, and they wouldn't take our mattress from the other house, and there's like a really big dent right here, like where it's like wood right here, but there's a big dent, so it created edema in my leg, which you know what edema is?
No, I'm not sure what that is.
It's when your leg starts getting bloated and the circulation cuts off,
Oh, okay.
and that can make your leg get cut off. You could die from that. And then the other thing, they try to poison my weed. You know what I'm saying? They sold me weed and they poisoned my weed, and I kept choking and I couldn't breathe anymore in here. So I felt like they're trying to like kill me off of constantly smoking, staying in the basement smoking, and then I think they sprayed chemicals in here too. So so I think there's so I honestly think they've been trying to actually secretly kill me, to believe to be honest, believe it or not. And it's crazy because you know it's like what it is. It's like they want to use you to abuse you, and if they can't use you, they want to take you out, especially if you keep exposing this shit. And I need justice for my brother. I need justice for my father. I need justice for all these people, all my friends. I had a teammate that I played at Carson football. You know where Carson is in Cali? The Carson Colts.
I'm not sure where that is, Pat.
But it's kind of by where T-Loc is from, by kind of in between Compton, Long Beach, um, Torrance, Redondo,
Oh,
little area over there. But
okay.
having one of the best football teams in high school. But one of my teammates, he got set up. He came from Katrina. He had a family, got a scholarship to play for Idaho, and he got set up by the same people that were involved in setting my brother up. And basically, that's just because it's my homie. Once again, like I said, You know, I know plenty of people that were close to me that got set up in this, just for the simple fact that they wouldn't stop rocking with me, and people hated me that bad. Like, and the funny thing is, I could name and I could expose everybody who's been involved in creating my blacklist, but it's like, what the fuck is the government gonna do about it? And honestly,
Right, right.
and then it's like people on this earth, like they don't really care too much. Like, oh, those are the people. Like, oh, okay, I'll just know not to hang with them from the audience on YouTube. So it's not really like the entire population. And then they monetize us. All our views and everything's monetized. You got these regular people that post something, you can get up to 100,000 or millions of views because they're not targeted. And then we post something, our shit's like sometimes at the most maybe like 5,000 views, or you know what I'm saying? Something like that, which is like you feel like you're accomplishing something by that, but you really just want to reach out to the world and get the world to wake up and be like, look, they lied to you. Like, everything going on right now is bullshit.
They don't want it though. They like the lie. They prefer. They know what the score is.
Yeah,
I don't believe it's got to do anything with enlightening or awakening anybody. They're fully aware of it. They know more than you and I do.
yeah. They
You
know
know,
they know their agenda that they have. You know what I'm saying? And to be honest with you, I'm pretty aware of their agenda right now. Their agenda right now is kind of like a turn his mom against him, kind of have her perp him accidentally or purposely at times, and destroy that relationship, and eventually slowly kill her to completely destroy his entire life. So now everybody will be gone, and it will just be me within this. And then you know, uh, you know what I'm saying, and like, I know that that's their agenda right now. To be honest with you, and that's what I keep trying to tell my mom and saving her from, but she doesn't really believe everything I'm saying, which is kind of a nightmare. And it just keeps going on. And it's like you keep trying to let her know, like, I don't want to put her business out there, but she just got a job where she's teaching high school again. But I'm like, this is a trap too now. Now I got to worry if they get you in an accident when you're gone. And you know what I mean? Then and on top of that, now I have no choice but to be home, and I have to watch my cat. You know what I'm saying? And because they'll break in and they'll have the cat run out. You know what I mean? They do things like they poisoned my cat's eye. They like the all-seeing eye. Um, when we were gone one day, we came back to the house and my cat couldn't see out her right eye. So you know what I'm saying? It's just like Nappy Roots. They fuck with his dogs.
oh yeah, all the time.
Like right now.
You know what? I want to say, Pat, they're turning us into celebrities, bro. I tell you what.
You're never lying.
No, your name. I guarantee you're a household name in Ohio.
I believe you.
No shit. You are everywhere. I mean, people know who you are, man.
And that's what's so crazy. It's like they know the real you and they know this gang stalking you. The goal is to make you think like all the gang stalking shit is who you are, and that's what they look at you. But then it's like, but they know who the fuck you really are. And so I believe you. In LA, it's like that too. It's like you turn on the damn Dodger game. It feels like, damn, did you guys all know that I just turned on the Dodgers? Like, if that's how it feels, and it's like, I'm not getting paid. I'm not rich. You want to see what I have in my pocket? I got $200 in my pocket. So I'm not rich. So I'm like, and like I said, I'm like, man, I will work. I'm not a narcissistic, egotistical person that has to have the highest paying job or something. But and I'm not nothing against anybody going for that, especially coming up from the bottom. I'm basically saying, like, I'm humble enough to still work another job as opposed to this, to what I do. and I'm also a musician. I make music. I make beats. I got my guitar. I got my PV right here. Uh,
Oh wow,
yeah,
Fender Strat.
yeah. Yeah. You see it. You already know what it is.
I do know what it is. Take a look at this.
Yeah. Um.
Take a
Hold
look at
on.
that. Hang on a second.
Oh shit! Let me charge my phone. They're gonna shut this shit off.
You see that there? That's a Fender jazz bass right there. That's a Fender American precision bass right there. And then my first bass that I ever had when I was 13 years old is right there, the Fender Squire.
Oh shit! You got the whole collection.
That one right there is a Dee Ramone signature Fender precision bass right there. You know, from the Ramones.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because I've been into punk rock since 82, 83.
Oh yeah. Shit. You see, I listen to everything. I'm into rap, hip hop, rock, classic rock, all that shit. The Clash, The Cure. I'm into all of that type of shit.
Right on.
Um, like I knew about bands like you know about Pantera, huh?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I know Pantera. I know the Cure, the Clash.
AFI.
I know AFI. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like the boy who destroyed the world. Like growing up playing Tony Hawk, you know what I mean? You had a lot of music like that. Hold on, let me charge my phone before this shit dies because it's gonna cut off. Um, so like it's a good conversation. But yeah. Um, you don't get direct energy weapons? You say right?
Not anymore. I did. I used to. Fuck. I had got hit with. I've been hit with 8,000 plus electrical shocks in my
Oh,
life.
you too.
Yes, I have.
Do you know Wayne Morris in Australia, the Ti?
I do know him. I've talked to him.
Oh shit, yeah, we did a live too. He he's helping me with a lot of shit, the V2K, all of that type of shit. He said he overcame the V2K, and today I overcame the fucking V2K. I'm overcoming this shit all day today, and I'm like, I'm starting to realize you really can do that. You got to get out, you got to live, you got to overpower that shit. There's no
Hell
choice.
yeah, that's exactly right. That's what I've been telling Tilo.
Yeah, there's
I've been
there's no
telling
other
him,
choice.
listen, bro, you can't sit there and rent them headspace all day sitting in your car because what you're doing is you're helping them. You're handing them a victory.
Yeah, you're handing them gift cards too, basically.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. So I'm proud of him, man. He went and got himself a job. He's back to work.
Oh,
They hate.
T-Lo,
He's working. Yeah, they hate that shit. They hate it.
I know they do. They hate any type of progress because it's like,
Yes.
damn, like he's only doing everything that he's supposed to be doing. We can't say anything about him because yeah, and that's the thing when your awareness is that when your awareness is 100% in this program, you're unstoppable. I don't care who you are, and you know what I'm saying. I yeah, I got a lot of respect for T-Lo because he doesn't I don't know, the way he deals with his targeting is respectable. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the TIs I fuck with, they're pretty respectable on how they deal with their targeting. It's some people out here that just they get through the day and they don't even pay this shit any attention because they're just committed to God, and that's what I've really been trying to be on. It's just it gets hard sometimes when they really gaslight the shit out of you and try to keep traumatizing you and shit like that. That's when it gets hard. But when you're kind of aware of what they're trying to do and you become more social with people, you kind of break those chains. And then also on top of it, when you read your Bible,
Oh yeah.
yeah. But yeah, I was gonna say I listen to all of that type of music though. You heard of the Red Hot Chili Peppers, right? You know John Frusciante.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I do
Yeah,
know them.
yeah. I love his solo albums and all his solos. You know, I've always been a big fan. I'm a fan of so many musicians, and it's you know, you go from Nipsey Hussle to a punk rock band and shit like that, and that's I guess what's always made me kind of different from most people, because most people are just like one lane, but I'm kind of more like, you know, like '90s hip hop, like almost that, what do you call that, that new age, like not electro pop, but kind of like that good vibing music to um
Maybe techno.
nah, not so much techno. I can't do techno. I get a headache, honestly. But
Maybe
there are some good techno mixes, I won't lie. Like there actually is a really good John Frusciante techno mix. Well, it's actually Red Hot Chili Peppers, but they got a really good techno. Like there are some really good techno mixes, but um, you know, it could. I like, you know, I love all types of music. It's not really a select. Never really been into country, but I like Johnny Cash.
all right.
Um, yeah, I never really been into country. I never really understood the rhythm of it, so I could never really like be a huge fan of it. And it's like, I don't know. Sometimes it's just, I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan of it. I know out here in Ohio they are. Um, these people know these songs like people are singing Nipsey songs in LA. So it's like, you know. Um, but yeah, I haven't met one real person out here. Everybody's been a perk. The weed dealers, the people you play basketball with, the kids they send your way.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah.
Um,
C Dub, what's up? Good to have you in. Sorry, just had to interject that.
oh, it's all good.
Do you know C Dub? He's in the chat room right now.
Oh yeah, I mean, is he in here?
I don't think he's injured.
No, I said, is he? I'm sorry. I said, is he in here? Like, is he gonna join?
Oh, if he, well, see, I'm not the moderator. I couldn't add him if I wanted to.
Oh, so that's on T-Lo.
Yeah, and T-Loke's gone for the night.
Oh shit. Yeah, I guess that's the only way, huh?
Yeah.
What was I gonna say?
Well, we were talking music. I'll tell you what, the strangest, or I'd say the most eclectic lineup I had ever seen, and this was before Lollapalooza and all this stuff, was 1987. The Beastie Boys headlined with Fishbone and a New York hardcore band called Murphy's Law.
Hmm.
And at that time, those three bands are very much different in their musical styles.
Yeah, I'm sorry about this camera.
No problem. But and that was at De Anza Junior College. It was at a junior college of all places. So you know, I'm not a big fan of Beastie Boys really, but at that time, you know, I went for Murphy's Law mostly. But
Yeah.
you know, it just shows you that there's a different. You can combine different genres of music and still grab a pretty wide audience.
Oh yeah. And they say the best musicians are the diverse ones, meaning like musically wise, like, you know, like Linkin Park was kind of one of those bands that was kind of mixing rock with rap, and techno and Jay-Z and all these different people. And you know, I was just thinking, how about, you know, what kind of amp do you have?
I'll show you. I'm using for bass. I'm using Ampeg right here,
Okay.
but that's a practice amp. I use a let's see. I'm using a Ampeg 500-watt head right there. There it is, sitting on the top of my bunk bed, and I run that through a 4x10 cabinet.
Uh-huh.
This is if I'm playing live, and that 500 watts is more than enough for what I'm doing. And then if I'm playing guitar, I use a Fender 100-watt, amp. Here's my little Fender practice amp for guitar.
Oh yeah, that's nice.
It's a little Champion 20. It's a little 20 amper.
Yeah, they're all that stuff is nice to me. I you know, when I lived in Apple Valley, my mom's my mom's the guy that we were living with, I'll just say, who, you know, he was a perp in the industry, believe it or not. He worked with people like Hank Ballard and all these people.
Hang on. Apple Valley, Minnesota?
No, Apple Valley, California.
Oh, California. That's up near Sacramento, isn't it?
Victor Village. Kind of towards the desert before you get to Vegas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It was kind of more of like a deserted, you know, out the way, which I liked, but you know, when you go to the gym, it'd be nothing but perps trying to get you in a fight. You know, when you try to play basketball, you know, I mean, it still was fun, but you know, it's always just trying to turn every pickup game into a fight. You know, I remember some dudes trying to jump me out there, um, but it was more so like a psych out, like, oh, we're gonna both run up on you, see what you're gonna do, and I'm like, I don't know.
Bring it, Punk. Bring it. I take you both on.
Oh yeah, I mean now, yeah, the way I am now, of course, it's just back then it was more so I didn't really know what the fuck was going on. I felt like at that time, the entire basketball, like literally like 20 people on the court were trying to get at me. So I'm like, damn, I got like it's me versus 20 people. So
I know. Yeah, that's how they want to make you feel, totally isolated.
Yeah, but
not to cut you off, man, but it's such a mind fuck, and it's such a weak ass fucking psychological. And you know what? It's like the big bad wolf is gonna huff and puff and blow your house down, but you know, at the end of the day, there isn't a damn thing that ever happens.
Yeah,
you know, it's this big fucking facade, and when you realize that is the case, anybody that says, and I get this all the time, you're going to get your ass beat or anything. I mean, I'm on their ass like this. I said, okay, all right. You know how many times I've heard that?
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I mean, literally hundreds. But you know how many times it's come to pass?
Yeah.
A big flipping goose egg.
Exactly, and that's what I'm saying. And you'll get the people that get in your face. They'll do the boxing frame and all that bullshit. They won't do shit though. I had and that's what they do when you're to a point where it's like, I'll knock all you motherfuckers out. They'll send like the biggest guy they have with teardrops that just got out of jail or some shit to try to, and then you'll still let that motherfucker know, like, look, bro, will Muhammad Ali back down from Frazier? No. Am I gonna back down from you? Fuck no. Am I gonna still beat you? Yes. With God, all things are possible. Yes, you can go down. so that's my mentality towards all of them. And I've floored plenty of these dudes. To be honest with you, one hit, I was just like, Jesus Christ, you just said all that fucking shit. One fucking hit. That's it. And I'm like, I didn't even give you the full like wind up, the full picture, wind up or anything. I just gave you a jab to the face, and it's like you're already down. So I'm like, what else was I gonna say? Um, I'm just saying it's just like you'll be surprised the strength that targeted individuals really have due to the never ending harassment and irritation and just in one punch. You know what I'm saying? And just the strength that we have. But what I was trying to say is yeah, man, these they talk mad shit. They do all of that. You know, you're in a back street in an alley, then there no cameras, they're not around. They're not gonna come around. But they always do send that one perpetrator to try to get in your face and try to let it be known like, oh yeah, I'll get down. But they're still not gonna do shit. Like you're still an informant. You're still not gonna do shit. And then the siren's gonna go off to let it be known that their fear tactics still didn't work. So it's
I just confronted an iron worker. This happened yesterday, actually morning. This guy stepped in a pothole, and it looked like he twisted his ankle. And I said, "You all right?" And he turned, looked at me, goes, "Man, I'll knock you out, you old flipping something or other." I went, "Wow, I fucking, good deed goes unpunished." So I waited till his whole crew showed up. And then I walked up 3 feet from him. I said, first, I'm going to hit you with an overhand left. Then I'm going to get you with a right hook and you're going to sleep, punk. You homosexual, I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
And he just turned and smiled at me.
Uh-huh.
So he got called to the carpet in front of all his boys.
Yeah.
These are supposed to be iron workers, are supposed to be the badasses of the building trades. And this guy folded.
I feel you. And that's usually how it goes, man. You'll be surprised because you're like you'll have some you can even they got it to a point where they didn't send dudes that were like 300 pounds of like muscle beach muscle like that full rip. But then there'll be like a dude that was gay still, but he's still trying.
Right.
But then he's still trying to let you know like yeah I'll fuck you up. But then it's like you look like you just want to fuck me like you don't even want to fight. Like I'm out of here, homie. Like I'll still knock you out and get on, but I'm just saying, like, you know what I mean? It's just like this dude's like 300 pounds and 5'9", and it's all muscle. Where it's like Jesus Christ, but he's gay. Where it's like, what are you doing? But those are the type of people they'll send, like those jailbird Joeys, to make you. And I just came up with that word, jailbird Joeys. Or no, that's jailbird Joey from Back to the Future, Uncle Jailbird Joey. But they'll send you like a guy, like a Debo, or like what's that in Friday After Next, a Damon that's huge as fuck to try to like, you know what I mean, like a guy that I love to be with, just weird shit where you'll be like, oh no, this dude's like a big dude, like what's up, big dude, like what's up, big dog, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, nah, that's not big dog, that's that motherfucker wants, and then it's like that shit's crazy. But what I was gonna say is yeah, I don't play that shit with people. But they'll send the biggest people that they can send just to try to like keep this program going. Like they'll send a bodybuilder, they'll pay a bodybuilder to try to like get you in a fight. And being like 5'10" and 180, they think you're gonna be discouraged, but at the end of the day, they still not gonna do nothing. It's funny because I remember females like came up to me. I remember these females came up to me with this huge ass bodybuilder, and you know, his goal was to try to like punk me, but I didn't go nowhere. I didn't move, none of that. Dude got in my face, all of that. It's another like 300-pound bodybuilder, like maybe 6 feet, just ripped. I can't back down. I can't be fearful of men. You know what I mean? Especially biblically speaking. So these girls were like fucked up. They were like, damn, like this motherfucker. They were laughing because they're like, this motherfucker ain't scared of anything. But that same day, I knocked out a dude because he said he was gonna he was like, I was honestly broke and struggling. I was staying in my car. The cops just impounded my car after I got shot. So I'd be homeless and be crazy and all fucked up. And they had me where they want me and at the bottom of the bottom with, but I was at a point where I was asking, it was times honestly just being real with myself that I would ask people if you could buy me some food or some shit like that. And being in that position, I asked this one dude, and this dude was basically, he pulled out this stack of money, and he was just fucking with me. And he basically he took it to a full level of disrespect. Said he was gonna just he was like, if you do this gay shit, or if I get it, or for crack, just some shit like that. And basically he just kept, and then he started talking shit. And then basically I took off on him, and I knocked him out in front of the Rally's workers at the Rally Burgers. And I broke my thumb right here doing it. um you can see that right there, right? You see that?
Yeah, I can. I
It's
can.
broke.
You look
It's
like you
broke.
got some mark. This is fairly recent, huh?
Yeah, I don't want to like put my fist like, I'll
I
just, you
Now
can
I
see
see
the,
marks on your fist. You knocked him out cold.
yeah. I mean, yeah, man. Yeah. I'm not proud of it though, because he was like 45, damn near 50, and I'm like, I usually like fighting people my age and my size or even bigger than me. I don't like, looking at like, I don't want them to create the profile like, oh, that motherfucker beats up 50-year-old. No, it was like the dude did the most desperate level of disrespect at my lowest level, and I just you just get sick. Like the one guy just tested me in front of the 7-Eleven in front of these girls, and I didn't even take off on him. And now it's like you're still doing this, and I'm just trying to eat. And then you got to the level of mad disrespect. I don't know. I just sometimes the older me, you just take off on people. I remember at a recycle bin I was down when I lost my dad and I well physically, um and I tore my ACL playing college football at Glendale um College, by the Valley, and you know basically I was trying to I had to recycle one day in order just to get food, and these guys, it was like 30 minutes before they closed, but they were just fucking with me. And I think they were perks still. And they even shut this place down after this. But I knocked out like all three of them, maybe like 8 hits, and I was just out of there. And you know what I'm saying? It's just, and I'm not proud of this shit. You know what I mean? I've knocked out. I've gotten in a handful of fights. I won a handful. I've got soccer punched. Where three guys are holding you down for one guy to hit you in the face, and or psychological gang stalking fights where you're thinking like, oh, that's Jeff and that's Jim, but nah, that motherfucker was a perk the whole time, and he couldn't wait to get you to this point with Jeff, and then you'll have like the other enforcer. So it was honestly, to be real to you, it was like maybe two fights in my life that I got. I didn't get the shit knocked out of me, but I had bloody noses and just it was to the point where I didn't knock out the dudes because I was so fucking surprised that we were even fighting. I didn't even really know what to do. But once I got to those points where I was like, damn, it's like this, then eventually it was cold stone to where it's like I can't back down from nobody and I can't give up in a fight until they're knocked out.
That's
So
right.
so
That's right.
so
That's
so
right.
so eventually it turned to that point where it's like, okay, if we're getting in a fight, I just got to do what I got to do to knock you out. So now it became, now we got to shoot this motherfucker. So that's why they shot me and tried to take me out shooting. Like that Mark Jackson's brother was in the NBA. This guy grabbed my dick in a fight. I'm just saying,
Oh,
like, this is the type of shit they do. You know what I'm saying? And that happened twice.
they're all homosexuals, Pat.
Yeah, and they
You
try to
know that
make us look gay, man.
they're
Like,
all
look,
queer.
this is my prime date right here. Just to let it be known, like I've always dated good looking women.
Wow, she is good looking.
But I'm just saying, I'm just saying, it's like, you know what I mean. But they'll try to make me look gay. I actually, to be honest with you,
They,
I had to overcome the whole of molestation as a kid. So once I overcame that shit, then you're picking up girls, you're pissing off all these guys that are still trying to figure out how am I gonna get, how am I gonna have sex, how much money am I gonna need. So it became this fucking trap, and it's became a fucking like fuck it, let's just be him trap. And now it's just like every day of life is based around that, and it's just this shit is just weird, bro. Like I just,
yeah.
you just want to live life again and just get the fuck away from all of this shit. To be honest with you,
Well, yeah, man. I mean, at some point, look, you know, these dumb shits got to realize that this effort is futile. Yeah,
yeah,
this is a lose lose situation,
yeah,
right?
exactly,
Because we're not going anywhere.
exactly.
And the only thing what they designed to cripple me or actually to bury me has taken carbon steel into titanium.
Hmm.
Right, my character now, and the reason they can't touch us because
Hmm.
you got to walk through this fire to get here, and there's no way they're going to do that.
Exactly. It's
No
just
fucking way. You got to
I'm,
be forced to do it.
yeah, they can never do the fucking shit that we do. That's why they do what they do. They can never take on the world. You know what I'm saying? As we do. At the end of the day, we're basically taking on the fucking world to prove that we're not of this world. To prove that we're God's children. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, there really is nothing to prove to man or woman. But I'm just saying, at the end of the day, it's like everything you guys stand for is just bullshit. Like it's not real. It's like it's not actually like what it is. It's just nothing but jealousy and hate. It's nothing but a jealousy and hate program. It's
Right.
like say you're fucking Japanese, they're gonna call you Chinese until you fucking shoot somebody. Like I'm not fucking Japanese. You know what I mean? And
Mhm.
12 people in a you know about the VTA shootings, right?
Well, yeah. I mean, I live in San Jose, so absolutely, I sure do.
Yeah. Cause Nappy always talks about the VTA and that's Bayou. So that's why I mentioned that. But what was I gonna say?
I mean, that guy complained about his problem, and they could care less. They wanted him to snap.
Who oh yeah, the VTA. Yeah, and the Navy guy too. And oh, come on. But this is going on globally. The you want to hear something that's kind of crazy?
Sure.
Have you heard about the 14-year-old girl in LA who got killed in that Burlington coat factory?
I'm not familiar with that story. No.
This innocent woman was shopping at a store, psychopathic dude, somebody who clearly has a fucking mental illness. He's going around punching women. And and then the cops come and then they fucking shoot the girl. Fucking LAPD takes out the girl.
The hell sense does that make?
She gets the shit beaten out of her and then she gets shot to death at 14. But check this out. Not look, listen, you know their numerology, the Freemason shit. They use numerology, the 23rd degree, the 33rd degree, and
Yeah. Oh,
all,
yeah.
and then the three for the Illuminati and all that shit. But
Right.
and then they use 47, but my dad was born in 47, so I don't really go that one. I know they're more so supreme 33s and 23 degree Masons. But basically what I was trying to say is yeah, you're right. This shit is Freemasonry because I'm living by these fucking lodges. Just thinking about it. I'm like, but what I was trying to get to was this because they're trying to cover this shit up and I feel the energy right now. But you see, I went to jail on the 14th, and I just went to court on January 4th, which is 1/4. Then you got the 14-year-old who gets the 14-year-old girl who just got killed. What a coincidence! And then the 14-year-old in somewhere in the U.S. just shot 3 kids in a liquor store, and this shit all happened within a month. And then the Lakers just signed a player who's number 14, and I'm like, bro, none of this is making sense. I'm like, I don't know. It's so they use numerology. Um, just like the Travis Scott concert. How exactly do 300 exact people, like 300 exact people, like not 255 or 257 or 260,
Yeah. Right.
but just 300 exact.
Well,
Like
look at Wendy Williams, the
yeah,
talk show. It's a Freemasonic set. It's all purple.
uh-huh.
That's a man. That's a man with double D tits, my friend. That is not a woman. Anybody can see that. I mean, hell, it takes its wig off. It after the show. You can get sneak peeks behind the scenes of who Wendy Williams is. It's bald. It's a 6'2" guy with breast implants. That's all it is.
It's a man with a beard.
It's and it's amazing how stupid fucking people are. The whole audience is women, and they can't recognize
Yeah,
an imposter to their own species.
yeah. That Caitlyn Jenner, those people they really they brought this shit on. You know what I'm saying? They they're the ones who really brought this shit on um and shit like that. But what I was gonna say, yeah, man, I don't really feed into that type of shit. It's times I thought girls were guys and guys were fucking girls. You know what I'm saying? This time I'm talking to a guy like a girl and a girl like a guy. So I try not to, you know what I'm saying, get into that type of shit where you see people like that. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. What was I trying to get to? But yeah, they're trying to force that agenda right now. Why do you think T-Mobile became T? Why do you think AT&T? Why do you think all this type of promotion is coming out? You know what I'm saying? It's all an LGBT agenda.
Oh,
It, it,
right.
it's it's the Black Lives Matter agenda. That's a cover up for this white supremacy government. And then you got
Yep.
the LGBT movement, which is to depopulate us, which is to make women hate their man, make men hate women, and make this shit normal, and normalize this shit. You know what I'm saying? And
Yes, I do.
they're trying to force that agenda on all of us and demasculate. They're trying to demasculine. They're trying to demasculate men, and they're trying to make women masculine, and they're trying to like. Then you're trying to throw the LGBT shit in there with this Little Nas X shit. You know, Little Nas X. I feel like he created those blood shoes on purpose because my brother was set up on the 18th, and on his shoe he's got blood. Did you ever see those blood shoes that the Nike ones?
Yeah, he was wearing. They look like snake skin. They're all black with a pentagram.
Yeah,
Pull the zipper up. I mean, that's just some straight up satanic fucking garbage there.
but I think they made those shoes to literally, that was a gaslighting shoe due to what just happened to me in my life because it was on the 18th, and it's like clearly you don't believe in the Bible, you know
Oh
what
yeah.
I'm
I
like,
just stepped away, bro. I'm still listening to you.
no, I got you. But yeah, man, like shit like that, you know. Notice every news article is always, it's always got like, whenever it comes to somebody passing or the date, it's always like a certain time. It's always a certain number, like, oh, the 23 or
Let,
32.
let me interject something, bro. Let me
Yeah.
interject something. I got 30 YouTube videos of TIs in various parts of the country, in some cases world, that have stated they have been either falsely slandered as a homosexual and or targeted by predominantly lesbians and gays.
And that's what they try to do with me too, to be honest. And that's what drives me crazy. I knocked out this one gay dude in Santa Monica. The dude felt like a penguin. And then they said it's a hate crime because he was trying to force his homosexuality on me. Then he stabbed me with a pin 4 times in my shoulder. I could probably show you that shit. I think it's this one, but I don't want to fuck my shirt up. It's a brand new shirt, but
I understand.
yeah, the next. but but yeah, you know, I dropped him in there like, oh, this was a hate crime. I'm like, first off, you know, he's gang stalking me. I know you're involved. And the cop told me, he was like, please just stop getting in fights. You know why? Because I'll knock out all the fucking perps.
Yeah, right, right.
And it just gets to a point, bitch, stop stalking me. Like, fuck.
I'm surprised, Pat, that they didn't try to throw felony assault and battery charges on you.
They could never catch me. That's the blessing of being a fucking athlete.
Yeah, but what about I don't know, man. I've had so many cases with a false witness because I'll tell you, when this shit started that I can think of in 2007,
Uh-huh.
my neighbor who was moonlighting as a queer prostitute in an effort to bait, it was Off the Hook in Santa Cruz. This punk was throwing shit-stained condoms at my doorstep.
Psycho shit.
I mean, I can't get too graphic here, but he was being sodomized by the local police and fire department. And I could tell because I could see that these firefighters, they have these lifted red trucks with their union firefighter stickers on them.
Uh-huh.
You know, you see them on them. And I look, and he'd be having the flat top, and you know, I mean, he looked like the cookie cutter flipping fireman. You know what I mean? And he's pounded on some dude's butthole.
Psycho
And
shit.
then this punk's throwing this condom is covered in shit at my door. I mean, man, if I didn't restrain myself, I would have done something that would have had me put away for a long time.
Yeah. And you get that. I remember one time, sometimes we lose our shit and I know what you're talking about. I remember a time I was playing high school football. That was actually in 2007, believe it or not. and I was getting ready to become a senior, and we're in the weight room. This one kid's a freshman, and he's working out with us, and I'm trying to make a man out of a boy, basically. Where I'm like, he's kind of soft and trying to get his muscles right. You know what I mean? Trying to get him toned up, trying to get his mind right to get him, on the battlefield when he plays football to really do some shit. Cause he actually would like look up to me, but then he did some weird shit one day. He threw a metal pad at me in the gym, which could have like knocked me out. So I took it and I hit him a couple of times, and he started bleeding. I still felt a little bad because I'm like, he didn't really fight back, but I'm like, why were you throwing at me? And it has metal in it in the first place. You know what I'm saying? So, but but he wasn't gay or nothing like that. But he's actually a good dude. I just, it's just times you lose your shit. So I'm basically knowing what you're saying. It's like you could have had a moment where you blacked out, and you just, because I've had plenty of those moments in this shit, plenty of them. I've had times where you just take off on who you see, and it's not a woman though, but you know what I mean. You're just so like, it's like this. You're following me. You know you're following me. I know you're following me. You know that I know that you're following me. And I'm not trying to mind fuck anybody by saying a Ben Stiller line like he just said. But basically, what I'm saying is like that repetition at some point, you want to end it. So, what you're going to do is you're going to knock out one of these dudes. And that's how it goes. But now, out here in Ohio and shit, they don't send people on the streets like they used to. It's more so we just drive in cars, and we'll send an old lady or old man that you're not going to do anything to, if anything, or a guy and a girl that's in a relationship, just in case if something happens to him. Like when I was walking down the street, this guy just randomly hops out his house, sees me walking. Why would you just walk in front of somebody other than the fact to create a violent response, especially when somebody's in a pissed off mood? You know what I'm saying? So I wasn't pissed off, but I was fueled to the point where it's just like, which one of you motherfuckers want to do something today? You know what I mean? With all the shit they talk and all the buttons they press. So, yeah, I got they got death written on their head basically,
Oh yeah,
but that's
yeah,
from
they do.
God though, because that's what you put out, so that's what you're gonna receive. And it's not even that it's from me. It's just for the simple fact that that's just karma of what you put out. What you put out is gonna come back. If I put out love, it's gonna come back. If I say somebody, if I make a girl feel good, she's gonna make me feel good.
Right.
If I cuss her out, she's gonna tell me to go fuck myself, right?
Right. Yeah, of course.
Especially nowadays. Nowadays it's like the, oh shit, you better not. It's the better not stage. Like, you better not do that. I'll cut you off right now. You know,
Right. Right.
pride in cutting it off. They got songs talking about cutting people off.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
yeah. But basically, you know what I'm saying? It's like, bro, you just get sick of that shit. You got people following you, never ending harassing you. What the fuck are you gonna do? Keep dealing with that shit? And it's like, out of all people, you're gonna fuck with me. And I don't mean to sound like an egotistical person, but I'm just saying, like, I'm not a fucking, and nothing against skinny ass people. You know what I'm saying? I'm not like somebody who's like 5'8", 140 pounds. I'm some guy who fucking, I'm a physical dude. I play football. I love to make head to head contact, which they ban. I love that shit. You know what I mean? Because you take out your full shit. Nowadays you can't do that. Nowadays you get a flag, head to head contact. But it can create serious concussions. I understand that, especially due to two guys running 4-4s, running head to head. It is going to lead to a concussion. But what I'm saying is just for still being that type of person, like, Daryl Dawkins.
I don't know. I remember Sean Dawkins. He played for the Colts. He was a receiver.
Oh no, Daryl Dawkins was a big hitter, kind of like a Ray Lewis though, right?
Oh yeah, the linebacker.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Ray Lewis is a heavy hitter. He can hit you with his head, hit you with his shoulder, take you down with his whole body. You know what I'm saying? So being a guy like that, why would you want to keep fucking with a guy like that? I'm not saying I'm Ray Lewis, but honestly, I was known. My teammates say you hit like Ray Lewis. So, but I'm saying, why would you want to fuck with somebody like that and be like, and to have the opportunity to put yourself out there for a little bit of money? And the funny thing is, like I'm saying, I'm an athlete, so I could. It's like San Andreas, you know what I mean? Like in the fights, you could knock a dude out and get on. You're out of there. You hit the cut, jump the wall, go through here, run through here, go there. Sometimes I'd even go to the hospital just to avoid the cops. To be honest, just to be like, okay, just in case if they start looking for, I'm in the hot, you can't find me. You know what I mean? Like it's you're not gonna think to go to a fucking hospital. Street smart shit. But what I'm basically trying to say is like, why would you want to fuck with somebody like that? But now, so now what they do is just it's just all in the store type shit. You know what I mean? They don't even because they know how I'm thinking. Like they know I will. It's to the point where it's like damn near fuck a fucking knockout for what the fuck y'all do and keep doing it. It's like I'm gonna knock you out and you might not wake up to that. And I don't want to sound like a murderer or a killer, but it's just like with the shit that you guys are throwing my way, I can't. If I black out, it could be like that. Like I remember I knocked out a dude in Venice Beach because he called me so he was a white dude. He said a racial slur, and but you know he just.
What do you mean? You're a white guy.
No, I'm mixed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm Irish, Black, American Indian, Pacific Islander, and that's pretty much it. And then like English and shit like that. But
Okay. I
yeah,
didn't. Yeah, but to me, you look Caucasian.
yeah, no, I'm not. I get that a lot. That's that. Not like it's all good. I know you don't like mean it like that, but it's
I
like
don't mean it like that.
yeah,
No, no.
yeah. No, they do that shit to piss. Like the perps do it to piss me off. But I know what you mean though. But it's all good. You know what I mean? No. You know, no bad vibes. But
Right. I guess I'm trying to understand what kind of racial slur did he use to
oh,
it?
he called me. I'll just say an N word.
He called you. Oh,
Yeah.
that doesn't make no sense though, man.
No,
But he did.
because I said because I was delivering DoorDash, and
Oh,
I was riding a bike. I gotta talk lower because my mom's sleeping.
oh.
I was delivering DoorDash and I was on a bike and basically I just dropped the pizza off and I'm just drained. I'm tired of dealing with all these fucking perp ass customers. So I'm Venice Beach. I'm by Venice Boulevard in Lincoln by the gas station. By I think it's a Mobile or some shit. It's a Arco or some shit. But anyways, right before you get to Penmar Park. But to everybody who's a Venice local, whoever's in here, but or who's watching me, but um, so basically, the
That's where
dude,
su- that's
I'm
where suicidal tendencies is from.
oh yeah,
Venice.
you know about them.
Oh yeah, I do.
They pulled a gun out on me and my homie one time, but it was jokes. It was like we had BB guns,
Who's
and,
they?
huh?
Suicidal?
Yeah. Suicidal tendencies. Yeah, they got a gang over there in Venice Beach called that shit.
Oh, they're called suicidals, right? Yeah.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, suicidal tendencies or some shit. So basically, you know, my homie was like he would hang with the Bloods, like the Pyrus, and he grew up over there. And his mom was a Crip, and his dad was I think his dad was just a big hustler, you know, like a money dude. Had his own clothing company and shit. But basically, me and him are riding bikes in Venice Beach, and we're selling weed at the time, and we got our pellet guns, you know, just in case if people try to like take it to the next level. Let's to, you know, we're young, you know what I mean, just doing stupid shit. Um, but yeah, dude from Swiss, I think they just knew that they're suicidal. That's what it is. They're fucking like they're willing to die right there. So
Yeah, they are that stupid.
that's what it was. I don't even think they had a gun. It was just I'm talking too loud, but it was that. So that's what it was. But basically, so oh yeah. So anyways, in that day where I knocked this, so I'm riding a bike across the street, and I'm just riding. I'm not bothering anybody. This dude said, "You're gonna get off that bike, and I'm gonna beat your ass." I was like, what you just say to me, my nigga? So then this dude, he took that word out of context and he put an ER on it. And as soon as I heard that, it was like my last time I wanted to hear that word because I heard it too many times and let it slide. So I just knocked him out. And the next second, he was snoring like Popeye in the cartoon. It was like the full. But I'm like, okay. I got on my bike and I went straight to playing basketball after, and I smoked a blunt. I'm not gonna lie, it really is a high though doing something like that because it's like, watch your fucking mouth. You know what I'm saying? Um, and it's not only that; it's not you. I don't want you to think I'm talking to you. I'm like to him. You know what I'm saying? Because I've heard that word so many times. Like when I went to junior high, I get jumped by surf Nazis because I lived in Hermosa Beach. Still, I lived everywhere. So, because I lived in the hood and I lived by beaches and nice areas. But over here, you get like surf Nazis. So you have like surf Nazis try to jump you. They'll be throwing that word around, and it'll just be you, and you're young, so you kind of just let it rub off, but you're still kind of off, and then you just don't fuck with them. And then another person will like come through and say that shit. And like there were racist white people, a lot of racist. I was just not even white, but just a lot of racism kind of in Hermosa, Redondo Beach, that area. Believe it or not, like under the table racists that would hang with people that would call people shit like that. And I just couldn't take it anymore, man. And you know, all my ancestors were slaves, and we have a slave bloodline. The Irish and the black slaves, and even the
Irish
American,
were slaves. Yeah,
yeah,
right.
yeah, that, and then the American Indians too. Um, you know what I'm saying? Um, so all of that, at some point you're just like, you want to know what? And I'm not gonna lie, I never heard that word again since, which is a blessing. But when you want to know what, actually take that back. When the day of the 14th, when I got locked up, I got into an argument with my mom. The cops were called. I left. I left. I went up to confront the cop. The cop said, "Leave the room. I can't talk to you until I talk to her." So I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "So I guess I'm not even doing anything wrong." So I leave the house, and then they file a warrant, and then they arrest me. But right before then, when I just left the house, you got some white guy with some BLM perps and some gang stalking street theater called me the same thing on a main street in front of a gas station. And then he just walks right in front of the gas station camera just to let it be known, like, like, damn, you might knock me out, but I'm gonna get on camera. You know what I'm saying? So you're just gonna see me just punching the guy. You're not gonna see, words exchanged. I'm gonna be the aggressor. And then right then and there, that was a double trap because he could have got paid off that. Plus, I'll be doing time now. You know what I mean? Instead of like an overnighter for some stupid shit because of a warrant. So basically, but since then it's been like such a long time since I've heard something like that. And I just think this BLM shit is bullshit because right there you got BLM that's involved in my gang stalking, but you're gonna let somebody that's white say that shit and feel no type of way about this shit. I even looked at people's faces. I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with you? And that's what I'm telling you. That's why it's just like this 3D shit. If somebody's dark as fuck, if somebody's albino, if somebody's none of that shit matters. You know what I mean? It's just bullshit. And now it's so racist to say all of a sudden black people matter. So now let's look at people if they're white and black and go back to the 1920s and look at people.
Right.
So now everything we just overcame, we're going back to. We used to have bands where you have diversity. You have Dave Matthews bands. You know what I mean? You have people with diverse bands and shit like that. Now it's like it's all black, it's all white, it's all this. It's just now all the rappers are dying. It's just this shit is retarded. Our country is just retarded with the way it's acting right now. Like I'm not anti-American, but I'm not for this system that's going on right now.
You
At
never
all.
see me flying a
Oh,
American
okay.
flag ever again. It just is
Yeah,
not going to happen.
I got you. Yeah, no, I'm not. I'm the first person to burn the Confederate flag, and the yeah, I don't. These fucking people, the people that break the amendments are the flag wavers. Like I'll show you every single neighbor on this block has a fucking flag.
Oh,
But,
for sure. They're all
but
Chinese-made American flags too.
yeah, exactly. That who do you think created the fucking supercomputer?
Oh, definitely Chinese, I think.
Exactly. And you see America sold out to China. And
That's right. That's exactly right. You're seeing, at least in China, they know the gang stalking there. They know it's wide out in the open. They're not trying to hide that shit.
oh
Here
yeah,
they try to, here they
Asian,
try to pretend. They
yeah.
try to pretend here like this shit is invisible. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And like we've been conditioned to be very observative and pick up on some subtle details that might go over the head of most people because we're watching it every day, all day.
So we
But
deal with. You got people that are supposed to be raising kids stalking you all fucking day. You got a 7 year old fucking kid that lives right here with his mom, and the mom and the dad is stalking me all day, following me into the kitchen, turning on lights, trying to psych me out, turning on power tools, doing all that dumb shit.
oh yeah, it's foolishness, man. I mean,
It's
all
not.
right,
It's not just. I don't mean to cut you off. It's not just. It's not just the fact that they're fucking with you, it's the fact that they're spending every waking minute of their day watching you. And these are people with a 7 year old. You got a 7 year old. You
yeah,
should be
yeah.
developed. But instead you're stalking somebody, teaching him how to hate on civilians in America, and then you rep the red, then you got a flag outside your house for the country.
Right, right.
Then you
Well,
say and then you're trying to make it look like you're for BLM, but then you got your kid on a John Deere, the Confederate flag type of talker. Like you got him on that hickey shit. So
on
it's how the fuck does that make sense? To where it's like she doesn't even come outside no more, and the dude doesn't come outside. They look like Humpty Dumpty, but these are the people that create the destroyed household with me and my mom by constantly antagonizing us. And my mom doesn't even understand. Like you'll have conversations be manipulated. Like we'll be talking, and if you don't know what's going on, you have something manipulating you to make you look at your friend or your family member like about what they're talking about, and you fall into that energy, and then that creates chaos, and that's what it's done. It's like, look, mom, I know what the fuck is going on. I could save us and all this. I know I've lost my shit. I've been wrong at times. I've punched holes in walls. I've lost my cool. I've screamed. I went crazy, but it's all due to this shit. And what I'm telling you, their agenda is to destroy us every time we're around each other, and to threaten both of our lives when we're away from each other, and to destroy our relationship with one another. So knowing that that's the case, it's like, that's the struggle of trying to like hold friendships and relationships as a TI when you got that. Like I got a TI friend, he's like a bro to me, Barry Russell. I don't know if you heard of him.
Barry Russell.
Yeah.
Is he a football player?
No, no, no. He's into music.
Oh, okay. I haven't heard of him.
I don't want to like speak up on him behind his back out of respect him, but I know he doesn't really care too much. But
Is he hip hopper or what
yeah,
kind of?
he makes music. He makes stuff like that, and he's really into, like, he knows his shit, like into like hip hop and boom bap hip hop and even rock and roll, like Stain and Chris Cornell and people like that. We kind of relate even our stories. Like I don't want to talk about what he's been through out of respect for him, so I'm not gonna say it. But what I'm basically trying to say is like, kind of getting sidetracked again. Um, you know, basically there's yeah, I lost my train of thought. I think they just turned on a siren, right? And
That's all right, man. That's all right. I'm gonna have to get going here,
oh,
brother. In about 10 minutes. Got to be what 2 a.m. back there.
oh yeah, this is Ohio, so this is 3 hours. So wherever you are, it's 3 hours. I got a piece of tape on my clock because they try to make me look at the clock all day. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So it's so close to 2 a.m. where you're at.
oh yeah, shit, yeah, probably so. Um,
Uh, well, I'll leave you with this. Look, man. No matter what, uh, and I want to emphasize this: things have gotten better. And I cannot, again, now my prayer life, and I'm a spiritual warrior because I know that sodomite Satan's game better than most people. And I'm no expert on a lot, but one thing I do know about is warring in the spirit.
mhm.
I've been doing it a long time, and I know that the game plan of this punk does not change. It's always the same.
It never changes. Same thing, just increased tactics, if anything.
Yeah. We
Yeah,
know that all sins are outside of the body except sexual sins, and it's no accident that little Nas X is getting ham slammed by the devil himself in this Montero video, right?
yeah. And you ever notice those people are like they never have a backbone behind what they do. You know what I'm saying? Like there's never like, okay, oh, that makes sense why you do that. It's more so of like, like they're insecure about themselves, but they can't get over their insecurity. So they'll be like, you want to know what? I'm just gonna date men. You know what I mean? Or I'm just going, and you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna bring this shit in the rap game, and it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's like most people come in the rap game to get girls. You know
You
what
would think so. You would think so. Money and girls, but we know that hip hop is gay for the most
I'm?
part.
Yeah, I mean, for right now, yes. Right now, definitely. Um, back in the day, I don't think so, but today for sure, this generation has just shifted from like shit doesn't even have any morals. You got like you see, I used to listen to Kid Cudi, but like he'll wear a dress, shit like that. It's
That's
where
what I mean. Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. It's kind of more. It's kind of that's this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like
You
the like
you're thinking of like Too Short, maybe.
nah,
Or maybe
I like Nipsey Hussle.
oh, okay.
Yeah, Nipsey. You see, Nipsey grew up around the same area, so he would pull up to me and be like, "Peace. Like, if I do it, you can do it. You have a brand new Mercedes." You know what I'm saying? And he had his own clothing store. He's always loyal to his area. He rebuild childhood playgrounds in his community. He would try to lift people up. He would try to get people from gang banging into real estate and how you can make millions of dollars. I know right now I could be a millionaire just being in real. You know what I'm saying? I got the key to it. It's all about just a little startup money that's easy to make, and then you just put that, and you add that up, and then it's built.
Well, that's a good segue, man. So briefly, maybe I got to go in 10 minutes. Tell it or tell me then the reason why Nipsey Hussle was killed.
Honestly, to be real with you, it's politics. It's To be honest with you, you wouldn't believe it, but like, not I had something to do with his murder, but I had something to do with the politics because I was set up 5 blocks up the street for my takeout before him, and you see, I was known as a blood to be from Inglewood, so being up there was like being up there. I get killed in my hood, and then Nipsey, you get killed in your hood. So like 20 blocks down, I was supposed to get killed in my hood, then you get killed in your hood. And like those that's the crossing planes of like the gang area in that area where you got Crips where Nipsey is and then Bloods up the street. But that was like the blacklist. Why I got shot like that was because I was to a point where I'm like, hold on, this shit is all a trap. Everything I'm going through, it's a trap to get girls. It's a trap for other people to get girls off me and play me. Like I'm wondering, I'm like, why am I single right now? Why am I not dating? And I just realized I'm like, this shit is a trap. You know what I'm saying? So it became a trap. But then once I recognized, I got shot at that same day. So I'm like, that's in the entire day, like all that, like me getting played into the same bullshit all the time, where it's like you go into that mental mindset of I don't want to make this too long, but you go into this mental mindset of questioning yourself, wondering why you're not good enough for this fine ass woman, or or just shit like that, then you start realizing I'm being mentally trapped. So once I realized that, that's when they came out for the hit. But what I'm saying is, so I go down the street to where Nipsey is. I'm not saying I'm the reason, because there are politics to it. But I go to his area, and I was just getting ready to meet up with him and like tell him, about the music and shit, just chop it up with him. Because we've seen each other before. He's heard about me. He knows what's going on in the streets. I know what's going on in that area, and we're both real. And I've always looked up to him, so I was going to chop it up. The day that I was going to do that was like the day that they set him up. But I'm not saying that was the reason, but I thought it was a coincidence. Um, so basically, but with him, it was more so of a jealousy thing. Same thing with me, but it was all jealousy. It was just like this one dude's jealous as fuck of you, and he's always been jealous of you. And you just you called him a snitch, and pretty much proved that he's a bitch. He won't fight you or none of that. And y'all kind of grew up together, but he was always on some like weirdo shit, and you were always just focused on doing and being better. So he was like the dude who shot Nipsey is like the complete opposite of who Nipsey was. So that jealousy right there was pretty much the reason why it happened. It was like that day, it was kind of like the guy came around Nipsey. Nipsey said, "What's up? Like, you trying to fade? Like, what is it? Like, whatever it is, you could get your issues." So it went from that into basically, the guy comes back around the corner with a girl, shoots him. But look, I'm gonna tell you, that shit was there was gang stalking involved in that shit. Look at the car colors in the parking lot. Every car is black and white, Freemason colors, right?
Oh, wow, yeah.
See? And they do that shit. I even have I don't mean to do it, but I got a black and white guitar in the fucking checkerboard Vans, but it's not about that. Like fuck.
Right, right. I mean, you see behind me, I got the black and white Ramones bass there. Just same thing.
But you
Same
don't
thing.
do that. Yeah, you don't mean to make that about Freemason. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. Like my Vans are right there. But even like these shoes are fucking black. But it's not that I'm doing that on purpose, like to be Freemason. But when I'm all the cars that were in that lot, they were all black and all white, and they had it to where Nipsey couldn't get out, and they had a girl. If you watch the video of Nipsey getting killed, you're gonna see that was a setup. They try to pack him out with gang stalkers. They did street theater, and they hired a shooter and paid the shooter to kill him, and that's why the girl got away. The girl didn't get charged with anything. She was a driver. But what I'm saying is like, you know, they paid him to do that, and yeah. So that's the thing about it. And even it was people who knew it was gonna happen too, because it was a sacrifice. He was 33 years old. He wasn't in the Illuminati. He wasn't in Freemasonry. But they do this 33-year-old sacrificing shit, just like Scottie Pippen's son. Scottie Pippen were number 33. Son passed at 33 as a sacrifice. A rapper right now just got killed the other day, 33 years old. They do something about this 33 type of shit where it's like it's the sacrifice. And basically, you know what I'm saying? He was 33 years old. He passed, look, 3/31 2019. So 3/3 once again. And then he's 33. So it was more so like it was something they actually had planned. He knew it was coming, and that's why he made that song higher and higher before it happened. Because now he's praying and hoping to go to heaven still and repent all his sins. So he knew it was coming, and the people in that video were in the Illuminati. DJ Khaled, and I even think maybe John Mayer. I'm not sure John Mayer, but pretty much everybody in the music industry right now is involved in the Illuminati. So
Yeah, you can see it. You can see that. Look, I know the internet's been scrubbed of this, but I saw on a video a photograph of Marilyn Manson at a red carpet event, and his date was a 7-year-old boy with a curly blonde-haired boy with red lipstick on. For fuck's sakes!
that's crazy.
I mean, and nobody even blinks at this shit, man. How? You know, you look at Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. You know, the Stallion's a male horse.
Yeah, Cardi B is a demon. She yeah, that's a reptilian shapeshifter. If you look at her hands, I made a video on YouTube. Her hands are like all fucked up. They're all like witchcrafty, where it's like they start bending and shit, like they go back. Like this shit goes back to where it's like it's really weird. It's not
Oh
human.
man, look at her. I mean, her in that video with
He was
Megan, they're sliding around with snakes, like they're doing this, like they're you're eating pussy, and it's all about being gay and lesbian things.
yeah, exactly. And that's what I'm saying. There's no there's no respect for the masculine men in this society right now. There's no tradition of women that are carrying on that tradition of women, like that old school. I'm here for you. I'm gonna cook, clean, and be here for you. Be here for the kids type of women no more. It's more so, I'm sexy as fuck, and if you don't want to be with me, that's fine type mentality of women nowadays, which is kind of fucking me up too because it's like now we're just we're all single or we're all married or they're gay. You know what I mean? That type of shit. So
Yeah, it's a sad commentary. Doja Cat. There's another one. Doja Cat. I
uh
seen a video. It's called "Go to Town."
uh
Okay, she's in a bondage outfit with a pink whip, but there's a cage with a little boy in an oversized diaper in it.
yeah. They do that shit too. Joe Biden was known for fucking low key being a under the table pedophile, touching kids' hairs, kissing on the lips. Why are you kissing kids on the fucking lips, bro? What's wrong with you? That's not even your kid. Like I wouldn't even kiss my kids on the lips, but still, that's like my dad. We do a tap hug. That's it, or a pound it. We just do this. You know what
Right, right.
I mean? We don't do that shit. I mean, when you're raising women is different, maybe, but when you're raising a man, we don't do that shit. My dad was in the Air Force. He was Golden Gloves. We don't like have that mentality. We have that like fuck that mushy shit mentality. You know what I mean? I was, growing up as a kid, I was somewhat emotional because of the divorce. So, I'd be crying coming from this house to that house. But eventually, I overcame that shit. Just like in Talladega Nights, 2 Christmases. So it's like, but you see the bright side of going from place to place. Like, oh, we get to go to the hood, then we get to go to Santa Monica. So, you actually enjoy coming to Santa Monica, coming from the hood. So it's like you see the beauty of shit. But basically, what I'm saying is, I don't know. It's what this generation is lost, and honestly, even George Floyd, who got sacrificed, because that was a Freemason ritual, um, and they orchestrated all of these riots. Like they don't care. These corporations got so much money they could give that shit out and rebuild uh windows and shit like that, like nothing. Like when they went on these riots, but he was even saying in a video before he got sacrificed that this generation is lost. Like y'all need to go pick up a gun and prove something. Like back in the day, you didn't even need to do that shit. Like, okay, if your cousin got killed, it makes sense. But people are just picking up guns and just proving themselves through guns, and it's just fucking this world up because it's like it's not doing anything for anybody. It's just you're killing somebody because you don't agree with them. You're killing somebody because you get in a feud with them and you don't want to feel like a bitch because they got under your skin, as opposed to fighting them, squashing it, or just squashing it, and being a man talking one on one with them about your differences or some shit, or just accepting the fact that this motherfucker's different than you. You know what I'm saying? So, so this generation right now is lost as fuck, and I can't even. I don't know. I wouldn't raise my kid in this generation. I wouldn't raise him around this environment. I wouldn't want to send him to these schools and have him go or have my kids go through these type of programs. I would never want my kid to go through gang stalking. I would never want my kid to go through being forced to feeling like he has to be in the LGBT and turn his, you know what I mean? Just like you had like Dwayne Wade's kid at 14 or 13 have a sex change, shit like that. Like I would never allow my kid to be in an environment where his mind could be manipulated to be something like that. You know what I'm saying? Um, So it's just, yeah, man, this shit is lost, and I pray for this generation, and I mean, I just pray for better days amongst the bullshit that we got to deal with on a day-to-day basis. Um,
Well, let's end there. We have a common faith. We have a common struggle,
uh,
and we're going to overcome this. I guarantee you, we are.
Most
It's going to
definitely, the righteous will prevail, and in the Holy Spirit, the Holy Spirit will prevail eternally at the end of the day. So no matter what, as long as we do our best and we repent and we stay true to the Ten Commandments, nothing can stop us at the end of the day. And the first commandment, I just want to. This is the last thing I'm going to say. First commandment is never put anybody before God when it comes to judgment. So never put man, never make man your judge, and never put none of these false gods before God. Meaning like LeBron James or somebody like that's a billionaire that's like, or even not, and nothing against Mayweather. I know he could fight, but like just because he has all those possessions, like don't make these people your gods. Make God your God, the ultimate judge. As long as you do that, you're pretty much that's your step in to eternal life right there. Is that first commandment, because now you're always obeying him. Now you're, even if you lose your shit, you bounce back to it. You know what I'm saying? And you're unstoppable through the Ruach, through the Holy Spirit. So that's what this world should be on, regardless. But it is what it is. But they said in the Bible that we were going to be hated once we chose God. And this shit was all, you know what I mean? And I know the world would never be perfect, but yeah, man, want to keep talking. I could talk all night.
come back again. We'd like to have you. You got a strong message, and we need a third and a fourth person. Sometimes Christina Marie comes on here, but we'd like to have you back on, Pat. So
Most definitely, it was a pleasure being in here. It's always a pleasure. It's a pleasure meeting you. It's my first time meeting you, so it was a pleasure meeting you. I appreciate
likewise, brother. Yeah, you bet.
it. Was a good.
And come on back home, man. Come up to San Jose, and I'll introduce you to Nappy.
Most definitely, I definitely in my consideration. And I don't want to make it seem like I'm saying no or I'm saying yes, but I definitely will consider that. It's just it's a new thought. So I'm like, but definitely, I'm definitely interested in doing that, and opening those doors, and revisiting, hometown and stuff like that. But like I said, it was a pleasure having me on, and whenever you guys want me to get on, or if you want to hit me up, my YouTube's here. They just strike me. They just strike me today because I guess I exposed the BLM and the LGBT for the last time.
Right. Yeah, I'm not surprised. So, let me just ask you this: T-Loc has your contact information.
I'm sorry, you almost cut out. What did you just say?
Okay, I was asking, does T-Loc have your contact info?
Oh yeah, he's got my number, so I stay in touch with him. I talk to him all the time.
Okay, good. So next time we do a stream, we're going to reach out to you and bring you back on again.
All right, most definitely. And like I said, it was a pleasure being in here.
Glad to have you, Pat. You stay blessed, and have yourself a good night, brother.
Hey, you do the same, my man.
You bet. Take care now.
All right, peace.